Hello. I think this is the screen I'm supposed to be on. How's everybody doing? Hold on, I need to add the audio. Can y'all help me if the music's too loud? Can y'all let me know if the music's too loud? Hi everyone, how are you doing? I'm also testing out a new thing tonight. Let me see where to go. Oh no, I lost it? Okay, hold up. I wanna see if I like this or not. Like if I pull a question of y'all's out. So like, it's good? Cool. How are you doing? How's it going? Let me find one. Like this? Oh wait, no, I have to click on it over here. Yeah, okay, I just gotta adjust the dimensions of it really quick. So, see, I can put a little question up here on the screen if I'm answering a question. Hi, Euphis. Hi, Naomi. How are you? Lumpy, hello. Who? Hi. How are you? Savi, welcome in. How's it going? Music's a little loud in my ear. And then I needed to see what? One more thing? Yeah, I want to see this over here. Okay. So, what's up, everybody? How's it going? Stream settings. Where I want to see this. Yeah, we want to look there so I can keep an eye on any super chats or anything that comes in. So this is only my second YouTube stream, so I'm still a little all over. Euphis, did I say hi to you? Hello. Thank you, Skylian. I just re-dyed it last night. I don't really love it. I'm not gonna lie. It's too much for me. I'm actually going to be washing it every day. Oh wait, I can turn my little thing off. I don't know how to just like flat out turn it off, so I'll just turn off the visibility. It's too bright for me. It's too vibrant. Like I really was enjoying, I don't know why I dyed it. I really shouldn't have. I really loved what my old hair was looking like, the pastel orangey color, the peachy color with the brown on top. But here we are. So trying to do some tweaks to your Twitch channel so I can start streaming first. Okay, well, what are you working on with your Twitch channel? Tonight, I'm going to make sure that we keep all of my Q&A sessions here on YouTube to, let me get a notebook really quick. Twitch related or streaming related, content creation related even. Like if y'all want to ask questions about editing videos or TikTok or whatever. So I just kind of want the Q&A sessions to be low-key, fun, informative, of course, but also I kind of think that this would be cool to figure out what y'all are focused around right now, and then I can use that to sort of catapult me into the following month's content. So I already have some ideas. I actually I need to record tonight after the stream this week's YouTube video. So I was going to do it on, what did I have written down? I have two things written down. I have chatbot, like how to set up a chatbot, specifically Streamlabs chatbot, because that's what I'm the most experienced with. And Discord etiquette. That was a second option I had. How to get the most out of Discord communities and just kind of unspoken Discord etiquette. Because I've spoken a little bit about unspoken Twitch etiquette in the past, but I think that Discord would be networking on Discord, talking about Discord etiquette and stuff like that would be a good thing to focus on. So the color Scream Shady is too much for me. It's too neon, it's too bright, and a lot of my clothes clash with it now. This is why I didn't like my hair when it was hot pink either, so I want to fade it out as fast as I can. Naomi Smalls was robbed. You're trying to figure out how to set up bots and stuff, so Twitch bots would be perfect then. Okay. Hi, is it Kang or Kong? I'm not sure how to pronounce it, but thank you very much. I'm glad that they could help out. Yeah, tonight I'm going to be doing Q&A sessions the first Wednesday of every month. I only want to do one stream on YouTube a month for now. That could increase over time, but I think that's a pretty good balance for now. It's just a happy, just staying in the sun for 15 hours a day, easy who, very easy. Why is there so much fuzz on this pen? What was I saying? Oh no, not that. Not my brain already giving up on me. I did have a question in the little comment section when I posted on the community post. I'm trying to get better at YouTube, to be honest. Let's see here. Okay. I need to go to YouTube comments. I won't be able to put this on screen because it was in my comment section. Hi, Ultimate Game Boy, Budmo, a room tour. If I did room tours or anything personal, they'll go on my my vlog channel. I'm actually going to be youtube.com/shady. I think it's Shady Lady Vlogs, or is it Shady Vlogs? Oh Lord. Might be just Shady Vlogs. No, it's Shady Lady. Okay, there we go. Networking on Discord. 1 YouTube stream a month. Yeah. So my vlog channel, I'm actually going to be combining all of my side channels except the ASMR channel. The ASMR channel will stay separate. This channel will stay separate, but I'm going to be combining my anime reviews, media reviews, gameplay channel with my witchy channel and my vlog channel. They're all going to go together. I just kind of experimented for a couple of months, and I figured out for me it would be better if they were just all together, but keep Twitch tutorial stuff separate, and keep, of course, it makes the most sense to keep ASMR separate, because if somebody like auto playing the channel, I don't want it to switch from ASMR to like loud noises. I would love to have questions from y'all in chat tonight. I did ask in the community section, the community tab where I posted earlier today. I asked if y'all couldn't make it to the live stream if you had any questions, and I had one from Princess Beast, so I figured this would be a good place to start. And if y'all have questions, feel free to put them in chat. It'll be easiest for me to see them if you put them in all caps. I hope that YouTube doesn't have some auto timeout thing for all caps. I guess well, it looks like not, because Budmo said room tour in all caps. So if y'all have specific questions you want to talk about tonight, write them in all caps. That way I can quickly see them in the chat. So the first question from Princess Beast is, when first starting out streaming, do you recommend YouTube or Twitch? Thank you for testing it, Who. Thanks for taking one for the team. Is it Seom? Seomji? Hi, how's it going? Welcome in. Thank you so much for joining. I hope you're having a wonderful day. Okay, so when you're first starting out, do I recommend YouTube or Twitch? This is going to be my personal opinion, so definitely check out other people's opinions on this, and also go with what feels the best to you. But I do believe currently, I know that Twitch is a little rocky right now with the CEO stepping down, a day off Twitch stuff going on, the hate raids going on, a bunch of bigger streamers, like I believe Dr. Lupo just signed an exclusive deal with YouTube to switch off of Twitch to YouTube. There's a bunch of stuff rumbling right now in Twitch, so I know that there's a lot of people that are a little concerned about what's going to happen a half a year from now or next year. But currently I do still believe that Twitch is the best option to build a live stream platform off of. As far as I know, okay, don't quote me on the CEO stepping down, but he pulled CEO out of his Twitter profile, and I believe I saw a couple articles talking about how he's just going to be like quietly leaving over the next like 6 months or something. Definitely do some research on that. I haven't super dove into it, but I've seen a couple of things here and there about that. But with that stuff outside, or with that stuff, pushing that stuff to the side, Twitch has the best discoverability for live streaming. YouTube is good if you already have an audience, I feel like. Unless you're gonna go really hard on editing your videos and networking and promoting, marketing your videos after you've live streamed them, I don't feel like YouTube is the best choice for it. I also feel like Facebook might even have a little better discoverability than YouTube. YouTube is good if you already have an audience, because if you see on YouTube on your left hand side, there's a subscriber list, and it shows everyone that you're subscribed to, and whenever someone goes live, their name gets bumped to the top of the list. So like for me, I'm subscribed to like 600 or 700 people on YouTube. So there are people that I completely forgot I was subscribed to, but they happen to go live, and then they're right at the top of my list, and I'm like, oh yeah, that person exists. Let me go check them out. It's sort of like posting a story on Instagram. You automatically get put on that top bar of the Instagram app, so you're getting back in people's sight. But again, that only works if you've already got people who are subscribed to you, right? The caps kill you. They help me because I can zoom in right on them on the chat. I know they look a little obnoxious because it's like, how can I set up a stream with a PS4? Like, I know it looks like that, but to me, like, my eyes can zoom right to it. Yeah, Twitch still has the categories. Twitch is designed as a live stream platform. So I would recommend people to start with Twitch, but to also be archiving some content to YouTube, because discoverability in general is better on YouTube. YouTube is designed as a search engine. It's also promoting your videos after you've already created them. Twitch doesn't really do that. Twitch is only focused on when you're actually live, pushing you in that recommended section. I really wish that YouTube would set up something with their like a clip search database that was better, and it was part of the algorithm where it would recommend on like the sidebar. Like, I wish that they were a little bit better at trying to promote our content. I don't know why they haven't done that. They've been around for years. They should have learned that at this point. And that's sort of an issue with Twitch, is they really don't evolve and adapt that much. They don't have a high enough competition to force them to adapt and change. So yeah, overall, the answer I would give is stream on Twitch and use YouTube as an archive platform for your best, most cultivated content. Okay, where do your ideas from content come from? Asks Brindley. Outside, I love your name. Outside of Twitch, I'm struggling to figure out how to grow on TikTok/Twitter. Where do my ideas for content come from? Crowdsourced, I would say. As far as this channel is concerned, I focus on what y'all ask me in the comments. Now, if you're starting out without an audience, then that doesn't help you. So I would focus on what you like. When I first got started streaming on Twitch, I didn't have an audience. I had friends on Facebook that were kind of like hanging out in my streams, but I went with what I liked. So I started with Stardew Valley, and I just branched from there. On YouTube, I did have a YouTube at the time, but I was focused on my witchy stuff. So it was like how I found my spiritual path and all of this. If y'all have been subscribed to this channel for a long time, I mean, it was only like a year and a half ago I privated all of those videos because I decided to convert this to Twitch tutorials only. So when I first started out, I had actually joined a small community it was called Pagans of YouTube. So I found a niche community that matched what I was kind of like trying to generate. I wasn't even trying to generate content out of it. I just happened to join that community. They started a challenge where once a week they had a different question that we all made videos about and answered, and that's where I got my start on YouTube, was with that stuff. So I am a big supporter and proponent of small communities, or communities that are focused on your niche or give you a support system around the kind of stuff that you're focused in. So I think that helps me. Not everyone is social in that way. Sorry, I'm definitely having a breathing thing going on today. But if you don't have communities, or you're not really social in that way, then focus on what you enjoy doing, what you like, and what type of content you're already watching. So what do you click on? What do you think you could do well? Obviously, we don't always watch content that we're going to be able to produce too, but like if you're always watching like lifestyle vlogs and like slice of life, like me doing my laundry, and you find that you're really attracted to that style of content, and that would really give you a lot of peace and happiness to make that, then that's where you should probably start. So I think starting with what you genuinely enjoy and what you feel like you could do really well, that's the point of finding a niche, right? You never saw the vids. Yeah, they're still privated. I'm actually going to delete them, I think, fully. Maybe transfer them, but I don't know. They kind of depress me because they're so old at this point. They remind me of old parts of my life. But how can I set up a stream with oh my gosh. Okay, so I don't know if I'll be super good at being able to answer this question, Naomi. How can you set up a stream with a PlayStation 4 and a capture card? That's something that I would feel a lot better about answering if I sat and did a bunch of technical research on it. All I know is that I have an Elgato capture card, and there's two different outlets. There's one that goes in the HDMI, and there's one that comes out and plugs into the console. I use my Switch, so you're gonna have to have a capture card. It's an external, sometimes they're internal, but it's usually an external device that plugs into your computer, your monitor, and the console. And then you have to add a video capture device, I believe, in your sources, and that's going to come from your capture card. There's going to be separate software for the capture card as well. Hi Jinxie, how are you doing today? There's going to be separate software. Like I use an Elgato, there's like an Elgato capture thing that I have to boot up every time I'm going to do that. I would feel a lot better. Wake's here as well. Hi Wake the Dreamer. Yeah, I would actually, what I'm thinking about doing, because I get a lot of questions about console gaming, and I literally don't know. I've never streamed from the console ever. Besides Capture Card, which is still PC streaming. So if you don't have a PC and you're only trying to stream from your PlayStation or Xbox or whatever, I'm kind of considering seeing if I can't find a console streamer that I could bring on for like a guest spot that could help me answer those questions, or just flat out answer those questions, and maybe I ask them. If that's something y'all would be interested in, let me know, because I don't have any knowledge or confidence in trying to teach that at all, but I would love to be able to provide the resource if that's a big enough demand, to try and reach out for it. Hi Jenny Lee, how are you doing? Okay, so I did see another question in here about Alpha Gaming predicting that Twitch was going to fall off in the future. I don't super love talking about like what feels more like pop culture, like specifically when it comes to talking about other creators and things like that. I don't super love jumping into those topics, but I do feel like it's a good idea right now. I'm not sure. I don't think anyone can really predict it, but I think that we can see trends and stuff like that. Twitch is not doing so hot as far as pleasing the general user base of it right now. Even on Twitter, I mean, there's the hashtag a day off Twitch going on right now, or Twitch to better. So there's that going on because minorities on Twitch are feeling completely untaken care of, unrepresented, etc. And that's been building over the last probably 2 or 3 years. And it's starting to kind of reach a crescendo right now. Besides that, there is also everyone is starting to get a little furious about Twitch taking 50% of our revenue, and we've seen a couple of different companies pop up, like I did the Fan House video, but there's other options, Fan House, Patreon, Coffee. A lot of people are starting to migrate over to paid services like that, and they're encouraging their audiences to sub off Twitch. And there is also Streamlabs just rolled out a monthly reoccurring donation process so that people can technically subscribe that way, and us as creators get to keep 100% of that minus any like PayPal related fees. So it would probably like round out to about 90%, 90 to 95%, depending on how much the donation was. But there are now, this is great though, because this is competition, and this is going to drive Twitch to adapt and evolve and become more suited to us. Who have a wonderful night. Thank you for being here, and thanks for the good tunes earlier. Hi Ami, how are you doing today? Okay, so let me see what else we got. How can I set? Oh, we did this one. Okay. I think that might be all the questions we have so far. It looks like it. Of course, yeah. I hope y'all are having a good day too. Jenny Lee, I'm glad I could help. Thank you so much for joining in. Does anybody have any more questions or any other topics that they want to push us into? I've streamed from PlayStation 4 to Twitch, but it's lacking a lot of things. I hate console gaming. I mean, sorry, not console gaming. I love console gaming actually. I hate console streaming. You're so limited on the control of the product. That's why it was so important for me to get a PC when I first started streaming back in 2015. When I first started thinking about streaming in 2015. How can you set up the chat bots? That one I think that I'm just gonna do. Thank you, Activate. How are you doing today? I think that's probably the video I'm gonna record after tonight's stream. Is a full like walkthrough, set up my green screen and walk through the stuff. I think that's what I'm gonna focus on tonight. I've got a couple questions about that. How to set up chatbots. I'm gonna focus on Streamlabs chatbot, like I said, because that's the one I have experience with. But the basics are to search for Streamlabs chatbot on Google, download the app, get it connected to your Twitch account. I believe you're also going to need to make a separate Twitch account for the chatbot itself. So my chatbot on Twitch is called Shady's Little Helper. I would actually probably recommend adding the word bot to the username. A lot of times people think that Shady's Little Helper is a real person, because I have it programmed to be very friendly and like give emojis to people and stuff like that. But I've never heard of Chatterino personally, so I don't know what that is. But I believe you're going to need to set up a separate Twitch account for your chatbot. Get that signed in and registered with Streamlabs. Get your account signed in and registered with Streamlabs chatbot, and then that's really all you got to do. There's a bunch of bells and whistles to go with Streamlabs chatbot. But I do think that it's a really good idea to have them, because they handle my chatbot handles all my shout outs. It will automatically purge links and chats, which helps prevent bad things sometimes from getting posted. It helps me manage, like auto purges certain keywords that I have put in. I also use it to do commands, so I could do like !charity, and then it would pop up a paragraph that I had pre-written that explains what the charity is we're supporting with the donate link. I use it for so many different things, and a lot of silly like meme stuff too, which just kind of makes chat a fun, silly little environment. Luga Baruga, I'm so glad I could help. Thank you so much for stopping by and sending some love over. So let's see here. But yeah, jumping back to console streaming, sometimes it is the option that you have, and it's what you can do. And I think that you should get started with that if that's all you have. And just, you're gonna have to go all out with your personality. Because you won't have the bells and whistles and the scene switches and the alert pop-ups, and so you're gonna have to pump your personality up a little bit. I'm actually really interested in making kind of more of a philosophical video, but something along the lines of why your ego is necessary to be a content creator. I was watching a video last night about the left and the right brain, and how the left brain is basically your ego, and the right brain is basically this super artsy little spiritual side of yourself. I was watching a bunch of stuff about people, like a brain surgeon who did a TED Talk, or a brain scientist who did a TED Talk, and she had a stroke, and she was able to watch her hemispheres of her brain stop communicating with each other, and it's really interesting. And I was watching another one just kind of like dissecting like way back in the day when they used to cut brains in half while people were still alive, and sort of like talk to one side of the brain or the other. And y'all know how I did that video. Sorry, I know this might be like kind of like hashtag deep, but I've been thinking about it a lot lately. But the video I did a while ago, how to talk to yourself when no one was there, and I said everyone's kind of got this monologue in their head where they're like, I gotta go pick up groceries tomorrow, and did I hang my laundry up, and oh, don't talk about this too much because you're probably making everyone uncomfortable right now. Like, that's my little monologue going on right now, right? And I had a lot of comments that were like, I don't really have much of that. I don't have that. I don't have that. And I was so surprised by it, because I can't fathom not having it. But the more I've been looking into this like hemispheres of the brain thing, it is your ego. It's full ego. Like, it's your little narrator, which is the ego. And so the people that don't have that very strongly, don't have a very strong ego, or don't have a very loud ego. So to me, with my big loud ego, I could not even fathom not having one, right? But I do think there's a balance. I think that the ego is necessary. I think that at a certain point with content creation, it has to be a little bit like the louder. This is why we see huge content creators just having the most massive, obnoxious egos you could ever imagine. And people that don't have an ego out of control aren't able to rise to the top. So that's why we see the more, problematic personalities that will constantly be in the spotlight, and we're just like so irritated by it. And like, why do the good guys always get squished and the bad ones are always getting the most attention? And it's a whole ego thing. But I thought that would be an interesting topic for like content creation in general, because I do think that the longer I've been doing this, the more confidence I've had to have in my ego, and the more I've had to be able to just stand my ground on things that I used to be kind of lacking confidence over, or insecure about, I guess I'll say. Have you tried hemisync? It's a binaural beats that make both hemispheres talk to each other. Oh my god. See, that scares me, because that's like low-key like psychedelic land. And that's what was so interesting to me, is that when the two sides come together, oh my gosh, like, you're so powerful. You're so powerful. No, I haven't heard of hemisync, but I'm gonna write that down because I'm curious. But that would be bringing like the ego in touch with your intuition and like the full artsy, creative, innovative side of yourself. And to have both of those work together, you would literally be like your ultimate self. So, and it also, I think, would keep you grounded and humble and not let the ego run away too much, because you'd still be going in with the intuition. You like to have a really human-like bot that talks to your viewers and stuff. Sort of, to a certain degree. It's obviously not going to be like, back on the top subject of chatbots. You're not going to be able to plan it. I mean, I don't know. I don't want to tell you you can't, because I'm sure that there are probably some coders and creators that can do some really wild stuff with chatbots, but just the general chatbot, it's going to work on a very 1 + 1 = 2 kind of thing. So I say this sentence, like, for example, in my chat, if you type in LOL or haha or LUL, my chatbot will respond with the LUL emotes. So if it sees something, it will respond to it. And you can sort of, there's a couple of ways to randomize the responses, so it's not always the exact same. But for the most part, it's just kind of a, like, I see this, I respond. I see this, I respond. It's not going to be able to give, like, creative, like, how are you today? I mean, it could if you do the random answers, but it's still going to be a bot at the end of the day, like a Discord bot. But you can make it cute. Mine's very like ooh-woo. So, and I've seen a lot of people add as much personality to their bots as possible. Yeah, basically like a trigger. Like if I type in !, shout out Naomi, it would say, oh, go check out Naomi's channel at XYZ. You know, I can't use it now because it's not set up to work with YouTube. I'm not sure if it will work with YouTube, to be honest. That's something I want to research. Oh, I wasn't even using my stupid... Oh, wait, I want to try it again. We have one up here. Wait, I got to click it over here. How do you handle content creation burnout? Okay, I wasn't even using this. I forgot to set it up. I got so distracted. This is a heavy... No, it's not heavy. It's not heavy. It's big. It's a big question. I'm going to scoot over a little bit so I make space for the question. Of course, Tony, thank you so much for hanging out tonight. Thank you for joining. I'm glad I could help. Let's see. I think there was one more. Oh, it was Luca Baruga. That's right. Chatbots are for some reason, says Olivia. Oh, I can do it up here. Chatbots are for some reason kind of confusing or a little overwhelming to attempt to set up. Okay, I'm going to do a video on that tonight. I'll walk by step. It'll probably be long. I don't mean to be so long-winded in my videos, but I really cannot help it. I really can't. I've tried to cut it down when I'm working with sponsors, because when I worked with Fan House, they thought my video was too long, and I was just like, I can't help it, dude. Like, this is just how I talk. She is right here. Toasty to Bandito. Hey, Toast Robin. What are you doing? She's sleeping. We want her to stay asleep, though. But yeah, let's see here. Let's go ahead and go with the burnout question. I'm gonna go in order of the chat, so I'll keep working my way down. How do you handle content creation burnout? Okay, so I've been streaming for 5 years now. I started probably 5.5. I started February 2016, and the amount of times I burnt out is phenomenal. I think the longest break I've ever taken from Twitch was 6 months, which definitely tanked all of the growth that I had done. That was maybe 2 years into streaming. What I've learned, because I am battling a little bit of burnout right now, just a little bit, because I feel like I'm pretty well balanced, but I'm starting to feel myself getting a little, what was that thing I said in the video? Well-meaning community members making jokes at your expense gets you, starts to irritate you or gets under your skin. I'm having social I'm starting to feel a little socially burnt out. So my temper's a little shorter. And I've noticed this is a symptom of mine that is like the precursor to the burnout. I'm also getting a lot of like the feelings of like, well, I have to stream, I have to do this, I have to do this. Like, so once it starts to get into that have to, like, and it's like stressful, once it gets to that area, that is when I'm on the precipice of burnout. Like I'm teetering on the edge and I'm looking over and I'm like, oh please don't fall. Oh, please don't fall. Especially right now, because I am working so hard to get my momentum up. I am really tired of self-sabotaging and continuing to get momentum and then disappear for 3 months and crash it and do it right back and then crash it again. It literally kind of feels like Icarus and flying too close to the sun and the wings melting kind of thing. What I've done to temper it is back off. Whenever I notice it coming up, I back off a little bit. I don't stop. but I back off a little bit. So I'll give myself a break. I'll take a day off. I won't force myself to stream. I will also cut my hours back a little bit. So I'm streaming, like I was doing Subnautica streams, 7-8 hours. And then I needed to pull, it's like, okay, we got to pull this back to like 3-hour streams. Get to where I feel like when the stream is ending, I'm like, oh, I don't want to end yet. Like, I don't want to end yet. Like, get to where that's the state of mind I'm in, because that means that I haven't pushed so far that I'm like exhausted and I still have the energy left. It's being mindful and aware of your energy levels. So it takes a lot of self-awareness, and you just got to be observing yourself, observing your patterns, and understanding yourself. So when you do find that you have just hit a wall and you disappear and you're like, I can't stream tonight. I know I said I was going to, but I'm just going to take the night off. And then the next day you're like, I'm not really ready to come back. You know what? I might take the week off. And then a week turns into 2, and 2 weeks turns into a month, and a month turns into 3 months. And then you've got all of this anxiety and this feeling in your stomach that's like, the next time I'm gonna have to explain to everyone where I've been, and I feel so guilty. I'm a failure. I can't believe I wasn't able to do this, and look at me doing this again. Like, once you get to that level, you're in a bad spot at that level. Okay, let's just not mince words. That's not a good spot to be in. So yeah, Chloe Bear, that's what I try. I try to be thorough with my content. That's why I'm so long-winded. I wanna go to the depths of the topics. But once you hit that level, definitely, like Sky Sting is saying in chat here, be gentle with yourself, be kind, and I would focus on your body. This is gonna be like kind of a woo-woo answer, but this is just the nature of me. I would just stop stressing about once you're in that state of I haven't streamed in 2 or 3 months, and you're really stressed out, like, focus on your body, get your physical space clean, reorganize and clean up your, like, downsize, get rid of some stuff around your computer area, clean up all of your overlays and stuff. Don't go to like some big giant rebranding, but just tidy everything up, clean everything up, tidy everything up, make sure you're getting outside, doing a little bit of like moving your body. It doesn't have to be full-blown exercise, but give your body and give yourself and give your space a little bit of a clean-up makeover. Like, take care of yourself first, relax your body, relax your mind a little bit, and then come back in once you're feeling like everything's clean and tidy, and like you've got this refreshed feeling. Sometimes that could take a couple of weeks. It's not going to happen, like, it's not a one-day thing. But come back into streaming gently. And what I always do to help me is I just have the one stream where it's like I sit and just chatting, and this is me. I'm triple Gemini, so I want to run my mouth, and once I've said it, I feel better. Not everyone's going to function like this, but this does help me when I'm in a burnout and I've been gone for a couple of months, and then I've got this anxiety about that first stream back of, oh my God, I have to explain to everyone where I've been, and everyone, you know, all of this stuff. Nobody is upset with you, okay? First of all, nobody is mad. Nobody is like looking at you like nobody's doing that. You're doing that to yourself. When I do come back in on that first stream, I will just do like basically like a vlog, basically like a life update. And I'm like, this is where I've been. This is why I've been gone. This is only as much as you're comfortable with sharing. I mean, you could have gone through a really tragic breakup. You could have lost a family member. You could just be dealing with a depression that you are not publicly vocal about, and that's super 100% valid. You don't have to share whatever you don't feel comfortable sharing. And I'm very open. I'm an open book. I like to share. I like to talk about all that stuff because it makes me feel like people who might be struggling with it silently can kind of like relate. So that's personally why I like to share. And I do think that makes a more connected audience with you. So it helps bring you and your audience a little closer together to share parts of your life. It doesn't have to be stuff that you're uncomfortable with. Some people keep their relationship totally private. Some people, their partner is always on stream with them. So it's really what you're comfortable with and what you want to make your content around. I don't typically like making content around my relationship because that feels like a part of my life that I can keep for myself. Like, this is mine. This is my thing. Some people are like that with their children. Some people are like that with their mental health. Some people are like that with their physical health or certain video games. Like, I'm not playing Breath of the Wild on stream right now. I'm not sharing that at all. That's mine. Like, I get to have this for myself. This is a game that I get to enjoy alone. And then I have a billion other games that I'm sharing. So keeping something for yourself, I think, is very important as a content creator, so that you can kind of keep a separation and boundaries between parts of your life and your public persona. It can get really toxic and be a spiral, and you feel like you lose yourself to it and nothing is yours. Lack of privacy is a thing. So yeah, I think I got off topic. I guess this is just going to be what happens tonight. But yes, the first stream that I do back, I do a word vomit so I can get it out of the way. And then I will kind of touch on it a little bit if people come in and ask, like, oh, you've been gone for a couple of months. How are you doing? Where have you been? And I'll just give like a short 1-sentence answer. I was like, oh, you know, I was burnt out and I'm coming back from it. If you really want to hear like the long answer, watch the start of this VOD, or I will pull it out and put it on my vlog channel. I've never done that personally, but I would want to. Now that I'm getting a little better with YouTube, that is something I would do, is pull out these like life update things, put it on my YouTube. Okay, check this out. Put it on my YouTube. Someone comes in and says, hey, where have you been? You've been gone for a couple of months. And I'm like, okay, I'll give them a 1-sentence answer. And then I'm like, if you want to see the full thing, if you want to hear like more in depth about what was going on, check out my YouTube video. And then you're pulling people from Twitch to YouTube and you're building up engagement on your YouTube content. If you want to do personal vlog style content, that's again, totally up to you. But in general, to summarize, how do I handle content creation burnout? I observe myself, I learn my patterns, I watch for symptoms that point to me burning out. So you might have to have a couple of burnouts before you notice the patterns, and that's okay. Experimentation is part of being a content creator. I pay attention to the symptoms. When I start to see a couple tiptoe up, I ease back, I pull myself back, I stop a little bit, I decrease my hours, I decrease the days that I'm streaming, I pull off of projects that I feel like I have to do, and I start doing stuff that is fun and exciting, or easy, stress less. I focus on that type of content until I feel energized again. Sometimes this might include taking a couple days off, maybe even a week off. I don't think that this hustle everyday culture is healthy, although I will admit that it is how to build yourself in the algorithm, unfortunately. But I don't think that it's going to completely kill your career to take a week off every now and again. And you also have to look at yourself as you're your boss and your employee. So would you work for a boss that never gave you a 15-minute break on your 8-hour shift? I wouldn't. Would you work for a boss that you had to work every single day of the week for 3 months straight? You have to think about that. You're building your own career. You're building your own business. You set the hours, you set the patterns, you set it. So you have to keep that in mind and take days off. Give yourself days off. Give yourself like hours off. Make sure that you're building in to your daily routine. Give yourself a couple hours in the morning, couple hours in the evening that are not related. Have business hours. Don't respond to emails in certain hours. Don't respond to DMs during certain hours. Keep yourself protected. Protect your personal energy so that you can continue to create. YouTube is much easier in that regard, George Wolfers. Yeah. YouTube definitely, I'm able to, I mean, y'all can look on my YouTube history and see that it's only been recently in the last 2 months that I've been posting weekly. But before that, it's like I posted one video and it blew up, and then I ignored my YouTube for a year, and then I could come back and but I lost out on a lot of growth because I wasn't, nurturing the algorithm during the times of virality on my YouTube videos. That's why when this last one just popped off, the how to grow your stream in 2021, when that one started hitting the algorithm, that's when I started posting videos, because I was like, I don't want to cuss too bad. I messed this up really bad the first time I had a viral video, because I got imposter syndrome really bad, and I got scared of all the eyes on me. So I didn't do anything about it. I just kind of sat in my little corner and watched it. But this time when it happened again, I've been posting because there's people coming into my channel, which means they'll translate to the new videos, and it'll boost those videos, and it can possibly get me rolling in the algorithm a little better. So, okay. Let's see what else we got. I'm gonna have some water. How y'all doing tonight? Hello everybody, welcome into the new faces. How do you find topics? Here's one from Jenny Lee. Let's find this over here. How do you find topics to bring up or talk about while streaming to avoid having long moments of silence? That's a really good question. There's a couple of things. I am a motor mouth, so I really honestly don't struggle too bad with this. I will hit walls, but I am the annoying person that never shuts up. So this isn't something I super duper struggle with. Having cool things to talk about though, that I do struggle with. But there's a couple of suggestions I've seen about this before in the past, but what you can do is keep a little notebook either on you or next to your computer or whatever, and jot down ideas. Like maybe you're ruminating in your mind about that time in 3rd grade that the teacher took your paper around and compared it to the most popular, like the most neat and tidy girl. This is literally a true story for me, but took my paper and took another girl's paper and went around class and asked everyone whose was neater and whose was easier to read, and I literally left the classroom in tears. Really traumatic experience for me, but that's something. Maybe you're filtering over that in your mind that day, and you're just like, oh god, that teacher. Write that down. That's a good story. Like, write down like little things that you're comfortable sharing. Not everyone's comfortable sharing their childhood traumas. Okay, not all of mine, just that one's like relatable trauma, I think. But maybe you're ruminating on I went to the grocery store and I couldn't find the spaghetti noodles I was looking for, and it was so frustrating. Like, maybe you're thinking about the hemispheres of the brain being split apart and how one side is the ego and one side is the creative. Like, maybe you're thinking about that, right? Keep a little list next to your desk, or with you, or on your cell phone, like a little note thing on your cell phone. Is it exactly 10 o'clock right now? No, it's 10:09. Okay. Keep a little notes, and the simplest things. They don't have to be big, amazing stories, but just like, what did you do that day? What was the weather like when you went out? Like today, I went to pick up coffee, and get myself some dinner. And on the way back, I stopped at the creek. I ate my dinner by the creek. It was moist and humid out because we're getting a lot of rain from the hurricane. And I found an inchworm, but he was kind of dead, and it was really sad. And then it reminded me that summer's ending. So just little things that happened to you that day that you think that you could strike up conversation with people about. So yeah, that's the major one that I've seen that's really helpful, and that I actually want to start incorporating, so that I don't forget. Brennan of the Woods, hi, how are you, Brennan? I hope you're feeling okay. But I keep mental notes, and whenever I start my streams, if y'all have seen my streams, you know the very first like 15-20 minutes. This is something I'm actually gonna be changing though. The first 15 or 20 minutes of my streams, I normally do my like announcement section, and so I'm like, hey, welcome in. How's everyone doing? This is what all I did today. I went out to get coffee and I found the inchworm, and summer's ending, and then I had to get ready, and I'm really not loving my new hair. I dyed it last night. This is the newest update, and I really miss the orange and brown, and now half of my clothes don't match anymore. They clash, like those types of updates. And then it's like, oh, and by the way, I put up this new YouTube video, and I've got this podcast planned for next week. Like, I do that in the first 15-20 minutes of my stream, and any major story that I have to share, I'll do that there. What I'm going to be changing is I'm going to kind of stop doing that, because I feel like when I hit those lulls in my stream where I don't have anything to talk about, I already took that content away from myself by doing it in the first 15 minutes. So I think that I would probably be better served if I saved those stories and tidbits for when I didn't feel rushed to just spit it out really fast, so that we can go ahead and get to the main content. Like, maybe still do a hi, how are you doing? Hello everyone in chat, and just kind of chat a little bit with the people that are right there. And then jump into the content. And then when I get about an hour into stream and I've started to hit a wall, then that's when I can drift into that story about the inchworm and summer being gone, because at that point I've got space to fill, so I'll be able to get a little more flowery with how I'm describing it anyway, and it'll probably make for better content that I could clip out and put on YouTube, right? You're just out here sweating? No. Okay, let's see what else we got. Jenny Lee, thank you for that good question. Alchemist, I did change my hair. I dyed it last night. I regret it. I wish I hadn't. BC Brooks says, when I start to feel burnt out, I change the content up. Sometimes it re-energizes me. Other times I just take a little time off here and there. Yeah, I think that changing the content will definitely help too. Maybe you're just not really enjoying that game or specific content style you think you are. Thank you so much, Sayum. I appreciate that. I think I'm saying your name right. Let's see. Triple Gemini. Are you also a triple Gemini, BC Brown Books? Mine's not the main three. So I'm Gemini Sun, Sagittarius Moon, Pisces Rising. But I'm Gemini Sun, Mercury, and Venus. It's not fun. But it's actually a lot of fun, but it's not fun. Let's see here. I try not to give up, Lumpy. I'll disappear for a couple of months sometimes, but I come back swinging. Love the concept of keeping things for yourself. It's really important, and it's a lesson hard learned for me because I like to share everything, because to me I'm like, everything's content. But I've been putting a lot more boundaries up on myself recently, and by recently I mean in the last 2 years. And I think that this is something y'all have to learn through experience. I don't think that this can be taught very well. I think that you have to experience a couple of times where you feel a little violated by someone invading your space because you already put the seeds out for them to be able to step in a way that feels invasive. Does that make sense? The best examples I can think of are like oversharing during a really tough breakup I went through in 2016, and then also not having very strong boundaries. So certain audience members would come into my DMs and say, like, kind of like go like expand further in the things that I was already saying, but push it a little bit too far. And then I was like, oh, actually this makes me uncomfortable and I don't really want to have conversations with people about this. Like, I had to have the experience of, no, I don't really want to have this conversation, to know that that's something I needed a bigger boundary up for. I think that it's a learn by experience kind of thing. Yeah, I love this. Ultimate Game Boy, 3x3, 3 hours, 3 times a week. I think that's a beautiful, beautiful schedule to try to work your way around in the beginning of streaming. Once you start to get to where it's hurting you to not be live anymore, financially or viewership wise, stuff like that, really demands, like, your audience is like, oh, I want to see you more. I wish the stream was longer. Like, that's when you can start to push it up. But starting with 3 times a week, 3 hours a week, that's a beautiful, beautiful get started. Okay. Hi Strings YouTube, how are you doing today? Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday if you have enough time. I will say that I'm not set to a schedule right now on Twitch. I don't work very well with schedules. I'm trying to upload Fridays. Actually, could I get a show of, would y'all mind if I just crowdsource y'all for a second? What days of the week do y'all watch YouTube the most? I'm trying to find the best day to be uploading my videos. Right now it's on Fridays, because I'm thinking like everyone's gonna be home for the weekends, and maybe that's the time that they'll be able to like check their channel, or I mean like update, work on their channel, put in a couple hours of working on their channel. But I tried Mondays. I don't know. I'm trying to find the best day. So hi Brennan, I just want to put your name on screen because I love you and I hope you feel better. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, also this is a really good point. So I don't like to take breaks in streams because I feel like everyone's gonna leave. Oh my god, everyone's gonna leave if I go on an AFK for like 5 minutes. My view count's gonna drop dramatically. Like, I stress myself out about this. You watch YouTube every day, every morning. You're on YouTube on the weekends. Okay. All days, every days. Okay. Consistently Monday to Thursday. You use it while you work. I watch it every day. I do watch every day. So, okay. All right. I'm going to try to I'll do earlier in the week then. Okay. Okay. So setting expectations for your viewers that you take breaks during streams is really, really good advice. This is really good to do. Monday to Sunday, every day. Okay. I stress myself out and I'm like, if I get up and take a 5-minute break, if I'm not at my screen, then everyone's gonna leave. And sure, 1 or 2 people might leave. That definitely happens. It's not like it's okay though, because more people are gonna come back and you're going to be able to stream with more energy longer if you give yourself like a 5-minute. Like honestly, like the last stream I did on Sunday with a guest, Dukesley, the beautiful tarot stream we did on Sunday, we did a 10-minute AFK because we did like an 8-hour stream that night, and we did a 10-minute AFK so she could go walk her dog, I could grab some food and have a little bite to eat. If you just do that and you build it in, and you could also maybe set yourself up a nice AFK screen. I've seen some streamers do some really, this is probably a good idea here, but they will have a specific scene they switch to, like for their Be Right Back screen, that is just a compilation of clips of theirs. So there's still content happening. So go through and pull a bunch of clips out, throw them together in a video editing software so that they're one long clip, like a 5-minute thing, and then just play those clips when you're going on your AFK, so there's still stuff happening on the screen for people that can be still entertained, and it's not just a basic, you know, I don't mean to say basic, but I'm gonna switch to my AFK screen for a second. So that's only fun to watch for like 15 seconds probably, because there's a couple of scrolling things that have different things on it. It's about 15 seconds. It's like, oh, this is pretty. Oh, look at the names up there. Oh, look at that. Okay, now I'm gonna click on a different tab, like, and look at somewhere else. Like, so, but if it was clips that were playing constantly, then they might watch it for the whole 5 minutes, depending. Maybe not if they've seen the clip comp before, but if it's their first time, it might hold their attention until I get back. So that's a nice little way to kind of, you know, hold your audience's attention when you do need to take a break. And if you stream for 3 hours, or give yourself a 5-minute, I think I can probably sit here for 3 hours, because we're probably pushing a little over an hour already. Oh, I can't tell from here. Wow, OBS is so weird for streaming on YouTube. Thank you, Jess. You're planning on putting a dog cam up. That's also a good idea. Yeah, I like that a lot too. Oh my gosh, I feel like I'm falling so far behind you. Sorry. How do I make a bathroom break not uncomfortable for viewers? Oh, that's perfect. We literally tiptoed right into this. Yeah, so the AFK screen, and also it's whatever you're comfortable with. Like sometimes I'm just flat out like, I'm sorry, I'll be right back, gotta pee. Like sometimes I'm just flat out vulgar. Other times I'm like going to the restroom, and other times I don't even say what I'm going to do. I just say I'm gonna take an AFK. So it's whatever you're comfortable with, whatever you feel like, whatever is normal for you. Don't change yourself too much for streaming. The more you change your persona for streaming, unless you're like a VTuber or you're playing a character like a Dr. Disrespect kind of thing, the more you change your persona for streaming, I think the harder it is to maintain that long term. And you start to feel the imposter syndrome gets stronger, stuff like that. So yeah, just be chill, and I would maybe put a screen up, get yourself some kind of cute screen, or the clip compilation like we were talking about. Just a little something. Got a blast, Jimmy Neutron kind of vibe. Literally. Okay. My problem is to actually start. I want to start YouTube for so long, but I feel like no one would be interested. Imbulk child. Is it Imbol or Imbulk? I think it's Imbulk, like witchy. Why do you feel like nobody would be interested? I felt like that about vlogging too. I felt like that about vlogging, I will say. I'm like, oh, my daily life is so boring. Nobody cares. Nobody wants to watch that. And honestly, who cares? Who cares if nobody cares? If you want to make that and you have fun, and people watch the weirdest stuff on YouTube, and slice of life, like vlog style stuff, is weirdly super popular. I mean, look at ASMR channels sometimes. People will watch someone sit there and cut soap for 60 minutes. All right? There was a Twitch stream that happened one time where someone just put a jar, was it a jar of mayonnaise? No, it's a jar of peanut butter, which reminds me of a Rocko's Modern Life episode where Ed Bighead's son was trying to tank a cartoon that he was producing, and so he just put a screen of mayonnaise up on screen for like 30 minutes, and everybody loved it. So I don't think that you're too boring, okay? Or nobody would be interested. I think that is a confidence thing, and this is what we talked about a little bit earlier. You gotta crank that ego up a little bit if you want to do it. If you want to make it, you gotta think that you gotta think you're cool. You gotta think that you're like, that it's fun to watch you. You gotta think that you're interesting and important. Obviously keep it tapered and don't go too far with I'm the most important person in the world, let me interrupt everybody and literally share everything that I've ever done in my life, including my feet in the bathroom or whatever. Unless that's just your sense of humor. It works for some people. But I think that this type of mindset, I see it a lot in my comments. stuff like this in general. Like, I want to start streaming, but I'm too shy, or I'm too, I'm concerned about what people would say, the comments, like stuff like that. I think that this really boils down to just a general confidence, or maybe even like a self-esteem kind of thing. And literally just, how do you build up your confidence? Okay, see, that's going to get us into something that maybe I won't be very good at teaching. But my confidence, I will say that when I started streaming in 2016, I'm a very insecure person. I have a lot of self-confidence issues. I have a lot of self-esteem issues. I have always been an insecure person. I probably always will be an insecure person. But when I started streaming in 2016, about literally within the first couple of streams, because I had friends coming in from Facebook, so I'd never streamed to nobody. There's definitely been a lot of times in my chat, especially early on, where yeah, there were 3 or 4 people there, but nobody talked to me for an hour. It was dead chat for an hour. It was like 2 or 3 of my friends were lurking, but they weren't really talking. They probably weren't even really listening. But so I had those like 2 hour like lulls of like nobody's here, you know. But I at least had my view count was never fully at 0 for too long. But that's because I recruited friends. So that's my biggest piece of advice for that, is recruit your friends. I know not everyone has friends, and some people are so insecure or nervous or shy about someone seeing them performing, stage fright kind of thing. So I can understand not wanting to recruit friends and stuff too, but that's where I would then push you to join a streamer community, so that you can have other streamer friends where y'all, like, your whole relationship is built around already you being this persona. Okay, so after the first couple of streams that I did, I would be sitting there playing my little video game, you know, Stardew Valley when I started, and then I'd make some kind of like joke to myself, and I'd look over and I'd see like an LOL in chat, or like a haha or a lol, and then it would just be this little feeling of like, oh wow, I am funny. Like, look at that, someone laughed at me. Like, I am funny. Like, and seeing that a couple times, so like streaming genuinely built my confidence. And on top of streaming, I started working at a little one-room movie theater. So convert this however it works for you, but a one-room movie theater first, where I had to talk to people about movies when they would come in, because they'd be buying tickets to movies. They come out and it's like, oh, how did you like? It was also a coffee shop, so it was just kind of like a hang out and chill and talk about movies kind of place. So I would be talking to strangers about what they're going to see, how they enjoyed the movie. People of all walks of life too. So it was, you know, old people, it was young people, it was cool people, it was not so cool people. And I held that job for about a year. And then I switched to the coffee shop, the main coffee shop that I worked at for 3 years. And that was, again, people coming in, buying coffee. They want to sit up at the little bar around the coffee place and just shoot the shit just talk about whatever little subjects. So through that, it kind of put me on in a stage in a certain sort of way. But I was in a character. I'm the barista, you know, like I'm not myself. I'm just the barista, and I want you to have a good experience at the coffee shop. So I kind of had to improv with people and learn how to banter and talk off of people. I was doing that at the same time I was starting streaming, and I was building my stream up. So between those two things, I learned how to entertain and banter with people in the 15 minutes they were waiting for their coffee. And I learned how to entertain and banter with people in the chat where they're not waiting on coffee. So those two things kind of helped balance and create more of the confident, hey, shady lady that I am now, as compared to the more. And it's so funny for me to look back at my old streams, because I can tell how insecure I was. And I think that's really interesting to look at a lot of creator stuff. If you want to build your confidence, find some of your favorite streamers or your favorite YouTubers and sort their videos from oldest to newest, and look at their old stuff. Okay, look at what they were like when they started, and I think that will make you feel a lot more comfortable and confident. I mean, like, even looking at my old videos that I still have on YouTube, I really want to delete a couple of them, but the one where I'm teaching about my hardware setup, that one I won't even watch that one. I have not watched that one in like 4 years, because my makeup was so bad. And I used my DSLR camera on top of it, so I caught it in 4K, like, well, probably not 4K, but 1080p, like, and I didn't really know what I was talking about. I could share my experience, which is basically what it was, but I was not very tech savvy. I never really have been, and that's why my strong suit and what I teach is more around strategy and stuff. Okay. Rare YouTube stream. I know I'm going to be doing one a month. The first Wednesday of every month, we will be doing a YouTube Q&A, and I'll kind of use this to bounce back and forth with y'all on ideas for the next month. So I might touch on this. I think that this might be I might write this one down because I like this, building your confidence. There was a couple of y'all that were chiming in on that. Building confidence. I do want to say, just for a second, I'm going to go back and start scrolling through chat again, but I will be working with a sponsor for the next 3 months, so I hope that y'all don't mind that I've been doing sponsored videos. Like, I'm nervous about them, and I'm like, oh, about them, but I'm going to be working with Place It in Vado, which is a sponsor I've already worked with in the past. It was in the branding video that I did, like how to brand like a pro or whatever I called it, whatever clickbait title I used. I'm trying not to clickbait too bad too. I'm trying to play the YouTube game. I'm trying to deliver on what I put on the thumbnails, but I am trying to play the YouTube game and get my videos to start circulating in the algorithm a little bit. I will be working with Place It in Vado for 3 months, so 3 videos a month will be focused, well, not focused, but you know, a couple of them will be that first little couple minutes of the YouTube video, like this is sponsored by so-and-so, and then 1 video a month I have to integrate them into the video. So I just want to let y'all know, I want to be transparent about that type of stuff. I want to be transparent always when I'm working with a sponsor, and make sure that y'all are aware, and that kind of thing. I try to make sure that there's not even try. I definitely make sure that the sponsors are like stuff that I can stand by, and they're not like, you know, whatever. So people do get uptight about sponsored videos. And I see a lot of, I think I take like comments on videos. I don't ever get any comments about them yet, but I'm still like kind of like baby. So, but when I watch other YouTube videos, I see a lot of comments of stuff like, wow, this great video and you didn't even place a single ad in it. What a champ, or something. And it's like, this isn't fair to people that are, like, not everyone can just make a video without ads and without some people are trying to make this their job, and that just makes me feel really bad about trying to make this into a job and taking the like making them steps to make it something that can put food on my table, because Place It in Vado really gonna be paying my bills for the next 3 months, okay? Which leaves me the ability, like right now I'm not doing anything except content creation. So because I have this sponsor coming in that's giving me this security for the next 3 months, I can now stream and make YouTube videos full time and focus more on like the passion of it. So they're really giving me the security and foundation to do it. So I'm incredibly grateful for that. Skillshare video would be great, honestly. But that means I'm doing real good. Okay, I'm going back to y'all's question. Is Slade here? Hi Slade, how are you doing? Sorry, I'm trying with chat. I'm also trying to answer the questions too though. So let's see here. Doug VR, if you're still here, thank you so much. I'm glad I could help you out. One thing that leads to burnout for Clara Rose is, oh my God, yes, recording and losing footage. It's either disappearing or getting curated. Yes, I can 100, like that. There's been so many times, not a ton, but there's been enough times that I've started recording and I'm like 15 minutes into recording, and then I look down and the record button isn't pressed. Like I was supposed to hit record tonight and I forgot to. That makes me mad. I didn't want, okay, anyway, it's fine because I still have the video that I can download from YouTube, but the music's gonna be, I can't separate the music now, so I'm a little mad at myself about that. But how do you get sponsors? That would be an interesting one. Maybe I should do that too. How to get sponsors? I don't reach out for them. I don't like rejection, so I don't reach out. But I'll come to that one in a second. Yes, okay. Let's see here. Start, then learn. Oh, I love this. I love this Ultimate Game Boy. Start, then learn. Don't try to learn before you start. I love that. Just start. Y'all will talk yourselves out of starting for months, man. I did it for like over a year. Oh, I need to get this camera. Oh, I need to do this. Oh, I'm not ready yet. Oh, I got to do this. Oh, I got to do that. Like, you'll talk yourself out of it forever. There's always something to do. My Stream Deck is forever needing to be reprogrammed. I have to do a rebrand right now. I have to change all my graphics and update my logos and stuff. I need to redo my Twitch panel graphics. I still don't have an intro and outro just for my vlog channel. There's always a to-do list. There's always going to be a to-do list. You will never start if you don't start. So don't keep talking yourself out of it. What would you say? Oh, here we go. Oh, Brennan. Aw. What would you say to someone who used to stream regularly but now struggles to push themselves back into it? Why are you struggling? This is a hard question to answer outright because we've got to get to the root of the struggle. Did you not like what you were streaming? Did you not like the content you were making? Did you not like the hours you were keeping? Did you not like your audience? When I first started streaming, and there's a couple of people that have, hi 808, how are you doing today? There's a couple of people that have, been with my channel since 2016. There's like a couple of like long-term supporters, so I appreciate y'all. But and I don't say but to cancel that out, because the ones that have stuck around are the cool ones, and they're the ones that vibe with me and that I'm glad stuck around. I'll put it that way. In 2016, the audience that I built by around 2017, I did not like at all. I was streaming a completely different style of games. I was presenting myself in a completely different manner. I was drinking on streams all the time. I was talking about, like, I was a bitter little just got broken up with, like, playing FPS, angry, violent games, and drunk. So I attracted a very toxic audience around me that didn't really support me, and in fact objectified me. So I created an audience that I did not like by the type of content that I was creating and the type of personality that I was putting out there. That's actually why I took 6 months off of Twitch. And when I came back, it wasn't like a rebrand or a reveal or anything. I just changed. I started streaming different things. I had also stopped drinking, and not really, anyway, started playing sandbox games instead of FPS games. Obviously the audience is going to change dramatically. I started dressing and presenting myself differently, not dramatically, but just in a certain type of way. I changed a little bit of my presentation. I changed the types of things that I was willing to discuss. This is where I learned through experience that I didn't like putting my relationship as the topic or anything like that, like or those types of like I learned a lot about how that first run of streaming, how that first audience I built treated me, and what I did not want to be treated like, what I did not want to make space for, what I did not want to tolerate. I learned a lot through that. So that to me wasn't quite a failure or anything. It was a huge learning experience. And so I've been able to put boundaries in place better. I've switched the content style back to games that I actually want to play, because a lot of the FPS and horror and adrenaline games like Dark Souls that I started playing was because chat asked me to. That audience asked me to, and I kept saying yes to things that I didn't really want to, but I thought would give me a lot of views. Okay, and that was the exchange. That's the Hollywood exchange. That's the sell your soul to the devil exchange. Okay, so you gotta that question and that battle goes on the whole time you're doing content creation, entertainment, Hollywood, whatever. Have a good night, Tom. Thank you for hanging out. Hi Jazz, how are you doing? Yes, your content will reflect your audience. Just yes, Zigbee is 100% right in chat. Your audience is a reflection of you. So when people say that they're not responsible for their audience, yeah, you are. To a certain degree. You can't control the individuals, but the general culture is created by you. You can reprimand the individuals and remove the individuals and denounce the individuals, but you cannot control individuals. You can cultivate a general vibe, though. So anyway, back to Brennan. Someone who used to stream regularly and struggles to push yourself back into it. Why did you stop? What was it that pushed you away? Identify that. You said, I'm not sure. It's like a mental block that I put up. Where are you? Where is it? Here's the thing, I'm not sure. It's this mental block I put up. I think you're sure. No, I don't think you're sure, but I think that there's an answer. I think that you don't know the answer. I don't know that you've analyzed enough. I know that you have been recently going through a rebrand, So changing your username, changing the color palette. I think that maybe you're in a moment of finding your identity, and I think this is something that a lot of content creators probably go through. Sort of finding your identity, defining your identity, and then representing that identity. I think that's kind of what you're going through a little bit. The only thing I could say for you is just do something. I don't know if this is going to be like a little harsh, but just do something. Like, I don't mean in real life, and I know you're sick right now, so wait until you're healthy. Wait until your physical body is well. But just put a video up. Just stream whatever you want to stream. Don't try to, I think that something that you personally ran into, and maybe some people in chat can relate to this, but I think that you were trying to do the streamer thing. I think that you were, oh, I've got to have this overlay with my webcam in the corner and react to this game, and I think you were trying to follow the formula. And I think that the formula is not what you need to be doing. Some people, I think, need to start with the formula. This is the Hierophant card in tarot, if y'all are familiar with that stuff. I think just do something. Like, I think that some people need to follow the beaten path, the tried and true, the road more traveled. I think that is a good way to get started for some people, and that's certainly what I did. I followed the normal streaming thing, and then at a certain point, you've got to break off. Not always, but I think there's a handful of people that need to take the road less traveled, like literally walk through the wild forest, do something that's never been done before, and break the path, break down the trees, bring your machete and chop everything down and make a new path. That's something really, really cool and innovative. That is just what you're feeling. It's not because you're trying to do something innovative. It's just because it's what you want to do. So you going, like Brennan, I know that you were recording like vlogs of you walking through nature and in the woods. I think that's your off the beaten path. I think that's more what your heart is being called to make. And I don't think that you really enjoy sitting at your computer all day. I know I certainly don't. I know that I'm definitely being called to get away from my computer a little bit lately, but I've been ignoring it because I feel trapped. I feel stuck in this routine that I've set up with all of the editing, all of the streaming. So if I don't listen to that soon, I'm going to burn out because I'm ignoring my call, right? My little intuition coming in and telling me to change. Either that or life's really gonna slap the shit out of me. It's gonna give me some kind of like illness and be like, look, we tried to tell you and now you have no choice because you've got this illness to worry about now. Like, I gotta listen or else I'm something, but that's just my own personal view. But yeah, I think okay, I'm gonna wrap yours there. Oh my gosh, my voice is going out a little bit. Let's see what else we got. Oh my gosh, I'm trying to get through, y'all. I'm so sorry. What is the best way to connect with other streamers as a small streamer? There's a couple answers here. I did see that Lumpy posted the Offbeats community, so of course I'm going to plug my beautiful community first, but the Offbeats Discord server is one that I built. We've been around for about 1.5 years now. It's harmonious and wonderful. It's definitely not for everyone, but if you enjoy my energy and vibes, you'll probably be fine there. But it is for artists, streamers, magical minds, musicians, daydreamers, nerds of all kinds. We got a little witchy section. We do D&D stuff. We're comfy, we're artsy, we're chill, we're very queer friendly, we're very lady friendly, and we're still open to everybody that can vibe with that kind of energy. That's one example. There are other smaller streamer communities. I'm actually going to be working on a list of resources over the next couple of weeks with the admins of the Offbeats. We want to have a page set up so that people that don't necessarily vibe with Offbeats but still need community, we want to have a list of other Discord servers that we can find and know of that are maybe like BIPOC focused, or a woman's only space, or more of a like the general FPS gamer, like gamer bro kind of energy place, or a space for emotional support and people that might be having struggles with their mental health. And we want to have a resource set up like that, so we will have that available. But you simply googling around and trying different keywords and using like streamer community, you just want to avoid the follow for follow, support for support communities, because you're not gonna you're not going to get what you're looking for there. That's not the vibe. Okay. That's superficial support. And those are not going to be real community members for you. Those are people that it's a lot of entitlement. It's a lot of superficial, shallow support that will not last. But another thing that you could do, and I say this gently and lightly because it's going to depend on the streamer, but if there's a bigger streamer that you really enjoy the energy of and they have a Discord server of, they're going to already have a community set up. And sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes they have a space in their server that is for, you know, putting your going live links or putting, like, promoting yourself. I will give a big disclaimer on this and say, do not join Discords of other people, especially other content creators, and only post in that channel. If that's the only thing you ever post in their channel, their Discord, trust me, they notice, okay? And it's really transparent. We know what's up. We see exactly what you're doing. And you're not going to get support that way because you're not part of the community. You're not supporting the community. You're not making yourself a valuable member so that other people care about what you're doing. So you still do not know how you interact with other streamers. In what way, Zigbee? Yeah, we try to keep the vibes good in offbeats. I'm very OCD about the organization and, like, so it's a little, but yeah, there's that. There's also on Facebook, if you're not a Discord person, on Facebook there are like I think it's Twitch, like there's a Twitch streamers group. Just search Twitch in the Facebook groups, and you're gonna find about 5 or 6. The last time I looked, there was 5 or 6 that have a couple thousand members. And don't just post your going live links. Comment on other people's stuff, get to know other people, find other people, tell them where you're finding them. When you go in their chat, say, hey, I found you in the Facebook streamer community, and then that's instantly gonna, you know, be like, oh, cool, like, it, you know, like it's building that little conversation with them. Twitter wise, Instagram wise, keep an eye on hashtags, search for keywords. Again, on Twitter, I would recommend following other streamers and sort of communicating with them, chatting with them, and then kind of like chatting with other people that'll leave comments on theirs and just network. You got to spider your way out on Twitter. Twitter's a little more difficult to give a direct answer on. But yeah. Is there a website you can recommend for emotes? I know that there's a website and I don't remember it off the top of my head, but let's see. How to, like, custom emote generator. Hold on, I saw it the other day. It's owned. Okay, I think I saw it on Gale Level's channel. So owned.tv actually has a really cool, I haven't tried it myself, but I watched Gale Level, who's one of my favorite Twitch tutorial people. I believe he's youtube.com/Gale Level, but I've done a collab with him in the past on his channel. But this link right here that I'm putting in chat, try this out. I haven't tried it myself, but you basically, I'm not 100% sure it's 1000% free. So if it's not, I'm sorry. I think it is though. There might be, I'm not sure though. Now that I'm looking at it, there's a watermark on it. I don't know if that goes away, but you design your character and then it gives you, like, I believe it is though. It might not be though. If it isn't, I'm sorry. But if it's not, take these keywords, type in emote maker, emote generator. But you can it's almost like a Bitmoji. Like, you can design your little character and then it gives you a bunch of let me see. Let me just generate really quick and see so I can tell y'all for sure. Okay, so let's see here. The best way, yeah. So finding communities. What else we got? Hi Kale, how are you doing? Hi Tori. Hi Bilal. If both you and your friend are streaming, how do you still talk to chat and stuff without overtaking your friend's stream? Oh, that one's tough. That one's tricky. Oh no, it doesn't look like it's free. It doesn't look like it's free, but right now it's saying 0. So I don't know, maybe it's on sale right now or something. I think it might be on sale in some way right now. No, it's not. $8.50 per emote. Okay. you know what, never mind, because you might as well just you might as well just commission someone at that point. I thought it was free. Never mind. You might as well commission someone at that point. Those prices are a little cheaper than you're gonna get a cheap emote artist for. It's up to you. That's an option though. That's up to you. Why won't this close? Leave. Okay. All right, so if both you and your friend are streaming, how do you still talk to chat and stuff without overtaking your friend's stream? This is a really simple answer. It's called push to talk. So make sure that you have push to talk turned on. I would actually, you and the friend. Oh my God, thank you so much for a super chat. Hi, C Howl. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Your video helped me a lot as a new streamer. I just started streaming. Can I click on yours? Sorry, I'm gonna jump to this really quick. Your video helped me a lot as a new streamer. I just started streaming. No one was watching. My first follower unfollowed. No, I think because I saw the follow 10 minutes too late, but it'll be okay. I think it'll be okay too. No one was watching. Your first follow unfollowed. That's okay. Let them unfollow. I don't pay attention to my follow count. It stresses me out to notice when people unfollow me. But I'm glad that I could help you. And thank you so much for the super chat. That was very cool of you. Thank you. The going rate on emotes is I generally see I want to say about $15 to $25 per emote is the general price I see on like a mid-tier I will see sometimes upwards of $50 an emote. That's going to be a very high demand, very experienced and talented artist. But I think that you can sometimes find people for about $10, but keep in mind they're probably going to be newer to being an emote artist. They might be a little bit more inexperienced, maybe even amateur with their art, but still very cute and will work. So I think that I usually pay $25. I think I've only paid for 2 emotes before because I will design my own. I'm not very good at emotes though, but I would actually prefer to commission people for emotes, but I've paid $25 for 2 different emotes and I tipped the artist on top of that. So I would say between $20 and $35 is what you're gonna get like a pretty good emote out of. Okay, let's see here. Let's find out what else we got. What else y'all got for me? I think that I pulled past the question. No, I think we answered it. Hold on, let me look again. Oh yeah, push to talk. Push to talk on this. Have a conversation with your friend that you're going to be collabing with beforehand, and I would say both should agree to push to talk whenever they're discussing, or maybe push to mute. Like if I'm collabing and there's someone on chat and we're both streaming on our separate channels and we're both talking about the game, la 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 la, and then I see someone in my chat is talking specifically to me, I can mute and say, oh yeah, Bilal, what's up? Welcome into my channel. How's it going? And then unmute, and then I'm not putting my voice on their stream and it's not getting chaotic. It's definitely going to take conversation and effort on both of the streamers' parts to make sure that they are kind of keeping it neat and tidy. Some people don't do that. Some people will just respond to their chat outright, and again, that's gonna come down to the individuals involved. So just have a conversation with them beforehand, and make sure that y'all are on the same page with it. Okay, what else we got? Dang, why am I hungry? Oh, I scrolled up too high. How do you suggest social networking and making friends? I think we talked about this a little bit, but for the most part for me, I just, also hi Damone, thank you for the question. I mostly just try to make sure that I'm not talking about myself too much, which is really hard for me. Sometimes it's easy to relate with a tidbit about myself, or, oh yeah, that sounds like when I did this, or that sounds like this thing that I can understand and relate to. But I try to, like on Twitter, like I'll follow people and I'll leave them compliments on their selfies or support on their posts about whatever it is that they're trying to do. I try to support and get to know other people in the same sphere. So I will specifically go on this, like Subnautica. When I was streaming Subnautica, God, I could not stop watching the Subnautica category. And I found a couple of people that I went and followed them on Twitter, and now we have conversations. We're not quite friends or anything, but it could tiptoe in that direction. Maybe they're going to play a game that I'm going to play in the future and we can collab on it. Networking is partially friendships, but it's also partially business. So not everyone that you network with is going to be a BFF that you can slide into the DMs and be like, oh man, I'm feeling really sad today. Like, and I don't want to, you know, not everyone, in fact, there's I probably only have a small handful of people that I can do that with. And a small handful, meaning maybe 5 to 10 people that I would feel comfortable going into their DMs with an emotional burden, basically, or something like, which to me means they're friends. If I can come to you and talk about like how I'm feeling sad, or I'm a little upset about this, or, you know, then I consider you a friend at that point. So it's 5 or 10 people that I could think of right now, probably, if I really got pushed and shoved to make a list. But I network with hundreds of people. I mean, I follow 700 people on Twitter. I follow like 300 people on Twitch, and I follow 800 or 900, 700, 800, 900 on YouTube. So there's hundreds of people that I communicate with online that I would not have that type of, it's not a friendship, it's a networking relationship at that point. We know each other, we're mutually following each other, but we're not quite friends, but we're friendly, right? There's a difference there, and I think that difference is important. Push to mute is a, just to jump back, because I see Lumpy saying never heard of it. Push to mute is in Discord for sure. I know I've definitely seen it, because I have it set up on one of my F buttons. You're already talking about networking. Hi, Nina Cat. Yeah. Oh, look, you're right there. Okay. Yeah. How do you network or make friends? Look at that. Okay. Same question. Yeah. So friendship is something that comes naturally and you can't force. And it's great to have friends come out of it, but you're really, like, when I say networking, I don't mean trying to make friends that you can invite to brunch with you. And, you know, I mean people that you have a friendly rapport with. You know what type of content they make to a certain degree. You don't know every little detail about them. They don't know every little detail about you, but y'all might follow each other on Twitter. Y'all can communicate. Y'all can retweet, support each other in ways that's like, oh, it's your birthday stream coming up. I'm going to throw a retweet up for you so that I can kind of help, you know, help support. It's like a scratch my back, scratch your back kind of vibe. And of course there comes in the messiness of social politics, to put it lightly. So that's a whole other topic, and that's a whole other, I don't even know that I can really give advice on that, because it's going to vary depending on everybody's morals and things like that. But okay, so to I'm trying to reform my brain a little bit. I got distracted in my head. I will go on Twitch. I will go in the categories that I play. So Subnautica, I was really into. Right now I'm playing Spiritfarer. So I'm looking in the Spiritfarer category and finding people that I vibe with, that I like their energy. I'll sort by the certain identity tags that I want to find people by. And I will also make friends in other people's Discords, or so just kind of chat with them, get to know them a little bit, have conversations with them, follow them, you know, things like that. Raid them. Raiding is something that I will always push, which is why I'm a little sad about streaming on YouTube, because you can't raid out of this, but that's okay. Maybe YouTube will add that at some point. That would be really cool if they did. Raiding people on Twitch is a great way to get on their radar if maybe they don't realize you're a streamer, or and maybe get a raid back from them. So yeah, like Wake the Dreamer saying down here, common goals for community is beneficial when networking. Common goals, like business relationships versus friendships. Yes, Nina Cat. So the business relationships versus friendships. Friendships can come out of them, and that's fine. That's beautiful. It does. If it does, that also means that you're probably networking in the right spots, that a friendship could evolve out of it. How do you reach out to them from the point that you decide that you want to network with them? I don't think I've never ever like messaged someone and been like, hey, I want to network with you. That's to me, that's never even crossed my mind to do. I just start talking to them. I follow them and I start leaving comments on their tweets. I start showing up in their stream and saying hi, and being like, whoa, this game looks cool. Wow, how'd you learn how to do that in this game? I never learned. I have conversations with them. I'm genuinely interested in the people that I network with. I have a genuine interest in their lives, in their content, and in their I'm not necessarily a fan of theirs in that I'm following everything they do all the time and I keep up with every little thing and I buy their merch, although that can again evolve or escalate sometimes out of these networking relationships, which again tells you that you're networking in the right areas. But more or less, like, I just take a genuine interest in the people that I am networking with. I get to know them a little bit, and hopefully they can get to know me through that. I don't mention that I'm a streamer. I don't think that's totally taboo in certain contexts of conversation though. But if I come in someone's Twitch channel and I'm like, whoa, what's up? You know, I found you in Stardew. I stream Stardew too. Like, I feel like that's a little socially, like, and Twitch, like, that's a little bit of a social taboo, because it almost sounds like you're trying to promote your own stream. And I think that is like, it's like a faux pas or whatever that word is. Like, that's, you don't want to come in self-promoting. If the person wants to promote you, that's a different story and that can come out of it. But I think rating is one of the most fun things too. Yeah. Rating and hosting have different usage. Rating is done when you're ending the stream. I think that rating is more powerful, because rating will literally migrate everyone to that channel, and add the viewer count. But I always host people when I'm not streaming and I'm watching someone's channel. I'll always hit that host button and I'll host them, which just means that they show up on my channel. I'm not necessarily bringing viewers over, but I'm promoting them. If anybody happens to click on my profile at that time, they'll see their stream. Hosting is great. Yeah. And the auto host list is really powerful. So I think I'm going to move on from the networking question. Let's see. Hi Motive Pulse, welcome in from Libya. Thank you for joining. How can we encourage lurkers or random viewers to chat and follow? Don't. Just don't. Don't bother your lurkers. Talk to the audience. Don't talk to a lurker, right? Does that make sense? Just let them be. I was talking about this recently, I think in the offbeats. If I click on someone's channel and I've never talked to them, I don't know them. Like if I go into like Wake the Dreamer's channel, who like I'm friends with Wake, if I go on Wake's channel and he calls me out of lurk, I'm really not going to be too upset because I have a relationship with him. I have a rapport with him. But if I were to go into someone's stream that I've never talked to, I don't know them at all, I just found them in the category, I'm checking them out, and they're like, oh, hey shady lady, thanks for joining, how's it going? I'm immediately like, I don't even know that I want to talk to you yet. Like I'm here to watch, I'm here to observe, I'm here to test the vibes, I'm here to stick my little toes in the pool. I'm not sure if I'm ready to dive in yet. And that will, more often than not, I will leave, dude. Like I don't like to be called out of lurk. Like also, I'm not always like, especially since I got these Bluetooth headphones, not that I'm wearing now because they don't work with streaming for whatever reason, but my little Bluetooth headphones, I'll be hanging up my laundry, I'll be cleaning out my fish tanks, I'll be doing my, like working my, what do you call it? Making your bed. Like I'll be doing stuff around my room. My hands are not near my keyboard and I'm not about to walk back over to my keyboard and interrupt the chore that I was working on or whatever it is to type back to you. And this is what comes to my my point that I made in the getting started in 2021 video. At that point, as the entertainer, you are expecting your chat to entertain you. You're asking your chat to give you, like, you entertain me. Like if I was like, hey, I don't have a good name, welcome in. I mean, you've brought yourself out of lurk, so you're kind of inviting the conversation to you. But if you hadn't, or Tori, like if I was just like, Tori, what are you doing right now? Hey Tori, how's it going? What are you doing? I'm bored as the streamer, so I'm trying to get you to tell me what you're doing so I can be entertained by your stories, right? That's not going to make you a strong content creator. That's also making you dependent on your audience, and your audience is always going to ebb and flow. I think that it's really good to have engagement and to bring your audience into it, sort of like I'm doing, bringing y'all's questions up here on screen. But this is like a good give and take relationship. Y'all are inviting this type of participation. I'm not putting you on the spot for it. Again, this will vary depending on the type of person and creator you are. Some people, this will just be your vibe and energy, and people, like, I remember one time I went to, one of my first clubbing experiences was a drag club, and they would literally pull people out of the audience onto stage and dance with them, and that like literally pulling the lurker out onto stage and putting them center stage, and people went to that club for that reason. So you might just build your brand in a way that that's what you do, but I wouldn't say to shoot for that unless that's just naturally what you're already thinking about doing, what you kind of already do. Then I think that could be fun. That could make for a really interesting type of creator, but I really don't think that's the general thing, and I think you'll know if that's what you are. Does that make sense? Okay, so how can I encourage lurkers now to go in a different direction with this question, because I'm telling you to leave your lurkers alone, but now we want to kind of address this in the way of how can you encourage people without calling them out to interact with you, to follow you. I think that in some ways adding that little stream label on your screen, or having a fun thing that happens when a follow alert goes off, like for example, my friend Bread Witchery, I don't know if she really still does this anymore. I haven't seen one of her streams lately because she's moved on to community managing, but she used to do, her name is Bread Witchery, bread. So she has little puns that go in with that. And whenever she would get hosted, this was before Twitch rolled out the rating thing. She had a little plushie that she would pull up that kind of like my little chubby kitty cat back here. It was a bread though. It was a little piece of bread with a little smiley face. And she would pull this little plushie up and she'd be like, oh, thank you so much for the toasty hosty. So it was like toasty hosty bread pun. She would do this cute little thing on screen that made more people want to host her because they wanted to see the little plushie. So if you have little things that happen that are fun and interactive or rewarding for the viewer, so if I'm lurking in someone's channel and I see when a follow alert pops up, it plays a random sound alert and maybe they get up and do a silly dance or something like that, and then I'm like, you know what, I want to follow because I want them to dance around and sing Hey Shady Lady like they just danced around and sang Wake the Dreamer. Like I want, like if you incentivize them in silly ways like that, it can help make people hit that follow button in that sort of way. And of course having engaging comments or engaging conversation, making interesting points about the game you're playing or the topic you're discussing, will cause some people, like I saw for example when I started talking about, what was it that I saw a couple of y'all come out of lurk for, I think when I started discussing the sponsorships, I saw a couple of people jump out and have something to say about sponsorships that hadn't spoken yet in the chat. And when I was speaking about sharing childhood traumas as an example, I saw Brennan pop out and say, I share traumas as they happen, LOL. Like, so saying engaging, interesting things will bring people, will encourage or incentivize people to want to talk and comment on it in the first place. So that's also going to come with maybe a little bit of practice on upping your conversation game, I suppose. Okay, let's see here. What else do we got? Let's see. Hi Harmony, how are you doing? I get so many, let's see. Oh, Gaminator. I get so many streamers at Best Buy. Luckily, I can relate to my experience and brings me joy to help others. That's fun. I bet working at a tech store or like a GameStop, I bet you do get to interact with streamers like in real life. That would be fun. How important do you see shorts becoming and channel growth to becoming monetized? Hi Kosuke Plays. Thank you for the question. I actually think that shorts, I'm actually going to start using them on YouTube. I'm actually going to focus more on the community tab. It's sort of like, again, Instagram stories. It's just putting you on people's feeds on YouTube and reminding them that you exist. And the one thing I don't like about shorts is that it adds it to my main video archive. And I think that waters down my content. So I guess if I was going to do shorts on YouTube, I would want to highly cultivate them so that they were like the best thing and I don't mind them showing up on my main feed. And I wouldn't do them very often because again, it would water my content down, my main feed down, or the video archive down. But I do think that the shorts, I mean, if all of the social media platforms are implementing that to their formula or their app. So YouTube is adding it. Twitter looks like it's playing with a bunch of new ideas with how it works. They tried out the Twitter fleets, but they didn't really work. Like Instagram's, of course, added the Instagram Reels. Clearly, TikTok's onto something, and these little short form videos are working. I have found myself watching more shorts on YouTube just because they kind of catch my attention. So of course, the low investment that there is, like I only need to watch this for 15 seconds, but you also want a good clickbait thumbnail and not clickbait in a bad way. I've been watching a lot of videos discussing clickbait lately too, and like the different ways that you can clickbait and how the most effective way. Clickbaiting isn't so, if you go in the direction where it's like, grow your stream to 1,000 viewers overnight with this simple trick, like that's clearly bad clickbait, right? Because that's not going to deliver. But if it's like how to increase your viewers, how, like the one that I just did, I think I'm like touching the line, the TikTok video. But the reason I don't think that it was bad clickbait, but the specific one, it was how to grow, like, I think the title was something like how to grow your stream, or like maybe network or market your stream using TikTok, but the thumbnail had a 0 to 100, or like 2 viewers to 100 viewers. So the reason I don't think that that is bad clickbait is because in the video I specifically use a real example of a real streamer who took his audience from 0 to 100 in a couple of months from using TikTok. So it was in the video, I deliver the information that matches the image on the thumbnail, and I show that it is possible, although it may not be the common experience. So I think that's right there on that line of now, if I had not mentioned this real example of this real person who had done it, then I think that would have been more in the bad clickbait realm. I think this also varies from person to person. I think everyone's going to have a different opinion on what is bad clickbait and what is good clickbait. Hi Twinkie, how are you doing today? Clickbait always breaks your hopes and dreams. There is nothing I hate more than a video that is 45 minutes long. Like I watch a lot of vloggers. I watch a lot of I watch a lot of vloggers, and they've started doing like 20, 30, 40 minutes videos, and they'll clickbait with like, you won't believe what my girlfriend said to me, and it's like this really like dramatic screen cap or whatever, and then you get there and it's like 3 minutes of the 45-minute video, and they don't have anything in the description that will let me auto jump to that spot. So it's like, that's bad clickbait to me, because you've baited me into watching a bunch of unrelated content. This is why I'm so frustrated with videos where it's why I think a lot of people don't like sponsorships either, is because you've got me into your video with this title, and I'm sitting here for the first 5 minutes and you still haven't gotten to the point. You've just wasted 5 minutes of my time on completely unrelated like an unrelated tangent topic content, and attention spans are getting shorter and shorter over time. Is Jackaroo high? Wow, I know, is Jackaroo are you? I don't know. Is Jackaroo here? That's what I meant to say, and I meant to say hi, Jack. I'm sorry. Okay, I don't know if I can backtrack my brain to where I was. Oh yeah, so that's why I try really hard to, like, I've got my little intro, but it's like I've shortened it down to 5 seconds, my little video intro, and then the first 10 seconds are like, hey, welcome back to my channel. Today we're talking about this. Let's get into it. Like, I don't waste y'all's time with fluff at the start. I'm not sure how it's going to go with the sponsors, because I think most sponsors want you to mention them within the first 5 minutes for that attention span reason. So, we'll see, and y'all have to give me feedback, and I don't want to do stuff that's making y'all dislike the videos or anything. So I'm open to feedback, and just let me know. But I think that's also important. I don't think sponsorships are really the issues, though. I think that the general audience on YouTube understands sponsorship. What the issue is if I came in with a 10-minute video for you, and I said how to market your audience. This is what drives me crazy. How to market and grow your stream on TikTok. And the first 5 minutes, like if you came in and I was like, hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to talk about how to grow your audience on TikTok. And then I do my little intro scene, and then it comes back and I'm like, whoa, how's everyone been? Oh my gosh, I dyed my hair last night and I actually really don't like it. Oh, I can't believe this hair dye was so bright. I really wanted it to be less vibrant. And you know, I went on a walk today and I found this I found this inchworm, and summer's almost over. And wow, I can't believe summer's almost over. And you know, I think I'm gonna stream tomorrow. I'm not really sure if I want to stream yet. And if I stream, I don't know what a game I'm gonna play. Anyway, let's talk about TikTok now. Like, why put all of that stuff at the start of the video, right? Why do that? That's it. Nobody, you're going to lose so much of your audience retention. So I think we're talking about like audience retention at this point. I've gone off on a tangent from the original question, my bad. But have you heard of Raid Shadow Legends? Yeah. I don't think I'll ever take a Raid Shadow Legends one. I don't care how much they pay me. I think that's a shady company. Am I right? That's what I've heard, I think. I pretty much always turn my YouTube speed, like when I'm watching YouTube videos, I almost always 1.5 speed them, sometimes 2 speed them. I do watch a lot of vloggers. Vlogging is one of my favorite YouTube content, some of my favorite YouTube content. Yeah, Lamp Devil, I think you're right too. I suspect that video inflation stuff is about YouTube liking longer videos once upon a time, but I still think that there's a more effective way to do that. there's this girl that I watch now. I love her channel. Oh no, but I can't think of her last name. Her name is Haley. She does conspiracy, true crime. Haley Elizabeth. I just love her channel. So I think that she's doing, she's got a very, no, I don't like, well, no, I do watch some family vloggers, but they're not like the Ace family. They're not like the toxic anyway. It's a whole dangerous tangent. Let's pull back. I'm using Haley Elizabeth as an example because she does long form content, and she focuses on conspiracy, cult, true crime, which is just one of my favorite genres. But her most recent video was an hour and 12 minutes. And she gets right to the point. She jumps in, she delivers solid content, solid information, well-researched videos. And for the last 10 or 15 minutes of her video, it's her vlog update. It's her saying like, oh, this is the after party now that we're done with the main topic, and I'm going to tell you about my outfit. I'm going to tell you about this, this ring that I bought. I'm going to tell you about the weather that's going on lately. Wow, I can't believe, she'll use the last bit of the video, and I kind of do this a little bit too. I will give you all the content in the first, I'd say 90% of the video, and the last 10% is what I consider where the people that like you, Toasty's up. We're the people that like you and want to hear about your life and want to hear about what's going on with you, want to hear about the new channel that you just started, want to hear about what your live stream is going to be about. Those people are going to watch all of your video. They're going to watch all the way to the end. The new people that are coming in from that clickbait thumbnail that are just trying to learn or hear about the thing that you advertise that you're talking about, they will not stick around if you make it all about you in the beginning. You gotta sucker people in with that information and transfer them over to caring about you as an individual long term, right? This is just my opinion. But I also think I could probably back it up with data if I sat down and went through analytics enough. Okay. Yeah, I can relate to this Motive Pulse. Motive Pulse says, I recently read a book called Share Your Work, and I wanted to make a TikTok every day, even if it's not good, but I'm struggling to find ideas for TikToks. Damn, you really just ignored me. Okay, so starting, oh my god, no, that's today. I was supposed to start today, damn it. So maybe starting tomorrow, I'm going to be posting on TikTok daily and hopefully 2 or 3 times a day. I want to see how much I can grow my TikTok, trying to follow follow the advice, do the 3 videos a day, every day, and get in the out. I want to try. So I will report back, but like what I think I'm going to do to get around this problem is just pull clips from my streams instead of trying to sit down and come up with the personality driven TikToks. I'm going to start with that because I hate having to make the TikToks. I don't thrive very well with it. I still have 1 hour left of the day. That's true. You always got to hook at the start before you transition into the meat. Exactly, Twinkie. Okay. Let's see. How do you recommend reaching out to other streamers and connecting in order to grow? Thank you for the question, Musali. We talked about this a little bit, but I just will DM people. So if we're not talking like just generic networking and being friends with people and hanging out in their streams and maybe hosting and rating each other and growing it that way, if we're talking more about doing collabs, I'm gonna rephrase this question to how do you initiate and land a collab. I would first of all recommend reaching out to people that are generally in your metric region. So if I'm averaging 10 viewers, I don't want to reach out to someone with 300 viewers because sometimes they'll agree. It depends on the individual. But you are less likely to get, unfortunately, you got to kind of stay in your ballpark a little bit. It's sort of like, your weight class, sort of like staying in your weight class in wrestling. Does that make sense? I think that's a good way to put it. So if I am averaging 10 viewers and I reach out to someone with like 30 viewers, 40 viewers, even up to 50, that's a pretty safe region. So kind of stay in your general area of viewership and and come up with the pitch. Do not go in their email and say, hey, can I ask you a question? Or their DMs, hey, can I ask you a question? I feel like my time's been wasted. Just send me the pitch. Say, hey, I've got an idea. I would love to have you on my channel to do a podcast about how you survived your 6-month burnout and came back, whatever the topic is. I'd love to have you on my podcast and talk about why Overwatch is the best FPS game available right now. Whatever your pitch is, tell me what it is. Give me a ballpark date range, even if you don't have an exact date, because sometimes the exact date will scare people, unless it's a bigger event and it's just a solid date, like a charity run or something. But if it's like I'm trying to collab with one individual, you want to work together on the date that works best for both of you. But come into the DMs and say, hey, Shady Lady, I love it's bonus points too if we've already talked in stream, so I'm going to recognize your name. But I love your content. I love what you're doing. I really love to have you on my channel to talk about, your experience playing Overwatch and why you stopped playing Overwatch. I was hoping to have I was hoping for sometime next week, and I'd love to chat with you and maybe schedule a date that works best for you. That message is way more likely to get a response. Not necessarily a yes, because it's going to depend on people's availability and stuff, but as opposed to you just saying, hey, can I ask you a question or something like that. Like, come in with the pitch, give me the pitch, and give other people. That's what I do when I reach out to people. I don't reach out and say, hey, are you free to talk right now? Because I don't know what I'm agreeing to when I see that message. Like, are you gonna ask me for like a personal, like, oh, are you bored and you just are wanting to say, hey, how's it going, what's up? And I like, is it just you being bored? Is this you wanting me to give you like a therapy session? Is this you, what are we talking about? What am I agreeing to? I need to know what conversation I'm getting involved in, because I am very particular with how I spend my time, right? I'm using, John Zeff, I looked this up tonight. I really wanted to get the full chat on screen, but this is a Google Chrome plugin, and I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head, but YouTube chat overlay, I think is what I typed in. Yeah, it's live chat overlay. It's a Google Chrome plugin. Let me make sure this link is right. Yeah. And you just add it as a browser source to your screen. So whenever I click on a different person in chat, it's going to switch to their thing. This is the best I've found. And I think this works a little bit better than just putting the whole chat up anyway. So, cause I'm behind y'all by a landslide in chat, but, yeah, okay. I think I've answered that. Hi, Produce Killer, welcome in. Let's see here. Hi, Malcontent Melon. I love your username. Let's see here. Random question. Oh, interesting. Any makeup guide reference recommendations? How did you learn? I learn a lot from watching other people do their makeup. So I watch a lot of makeup get ready with me's. Specifically, like recently, I think that like the way I do foundation and highlighter and stuff changed a lot when I started watching Bailey Sarian, who does true crime content, but she does her makeup process. I will just watch a lot of people, and I will also, I know this isn't super related to streaming, but I actually kind of want to make, like, if y'all saw my makeup in real life, it doesn't look the same as it looks on camera. I actually kind of want to make a video that's like streaming makeup, or like how, not how to stream doing your makeup, but basically like stage makeup, how to do your stage makeup for live stream, because I have to do my makeup like twice as dark or pigmented as I would in real life. And when I go out in real life, like I look like I'm going clubbing. Like my makeup it doesn't show up as dark on camera though. Like I have to darken it to get it to show up all the way on camera. This might change whenever I upgrade to like a DSLR camera, if I ever get to that point where I upgrade that way. But camera makeup, okay, I'll write that one down. Camera makeup tutorial. It's basically stage makeup. It reminds me a lot of when I used to do stage makeup in theater. You just have to intensify everything. Oh, makeup and lighting balance. Yeah, camera makeup plus lighting. That'd be an interesting one. Yeah, drag makeup too. Drag makeup it's the same thing. Like you gotta just like pile it on, layer it up, and continue. Like even tonight, like I did my blush and I was looking in the mirror and I was like, oh, that's pretty, and then I look on screen and I'm just like fully, like it's the same color, it's like all white. So I had to add a second layer, like a dark, and even a darker color. I would never wear this color around in real life because it's like almost clownish looking in real life, which is fine, but this, again, it's like stage makeup. You gotta intensify it. So yeah, I'd love to. Thank you, Broadcast from Mars, I appreciate that. How are you doing today? There are no videos on streaming makeup. Okay, well, since I see a bit of interest, can I ask y'all if there are any specific things that you would want me to focus on with that? Any things in specific that are coming to mind? I could recommend the types of makeup that I'm using, but I use drugstore makeup. It's not going to be fancy, expensive stuff. I guess I could talk about, yeah, I think I probably can make a good 20-minute video about this, to be honest. I got a whole routine set for it now. Okay, so let's see what else we got. You want to run words on stream if you, okay, this is way back to our getting up and going to on an AFK. Go Jess, this is a great idea. Giving your chat a game to play while you're gone, so running words on stream or other things like this, that's a really, really good idea. Okay, let's see here. Animal cams are great. Yeah, I love watching pet cameras. Pet cameras are really popular on Twitch, especially for people to use their channel points and stuff like that. Sometimes you can even do like 100 bits, and I'll give, you know, like if I had like, look at Toasty down here. If I had like, what are you doing? If it was like, if you send in 100 bits, then I pull Toasty up on camera and give her a treat. That's, I do that. I will give people 100 bits all day long, so they gotta bring their little cat up and do something cute with their cat. I will do that all day long. Okay. What chairs do you, oh, I don't know that I can answer this very well. What chairs do you recommend for long sit down times? I have a bad back, and I think that I'm ruining my back from sitting. I don't have an answer to this. I want to ask y'all this, but I can't afford, like, I can't afford one of those ergonomic chairs that are like super great for lumbar support, because they're like $1,000 or $1,500 or something. Like, my mom bought me this chair. It's okay, Helix. It's all right. Y'all can see why I cover it. It's so like gamer boy, but it's pretty, it's okay. It's all right. It's, I would love to have a different chair, but it's also like, thanks mom, I'll use it. Like, but I actually don't think that these like gamer chairs are really great, because my back is killing me. Like, there's multiple things contributing to that, but sitting, I think that we should just be getting standing desks. I think that if you're a streamer, that should be a long-term goal for you. I think a standing desk that you can rotate easily. I also I kind of want to get a fitness ball, one of those big yoga balls, and sit on that. I kind of want to switch to that, because I really don't want to do I don't want to escalate this back any worse than it already is. I actually need to be doing a lot more to to remedy it and help reverse a little bit of the damage, or I guess strain is probably a better word. Okay, do you have any tips for aspiring VTubers, or that would be the same? I think it's a little different for VTubers. I actually wouldn't mind doing a VTuber, oh, that would be so cute, a VTuber guest spot. I have a couple of friends that I could probably, you know, I bet if I reached out, I could probably get them too. I have two friends that are partnered VTubers, both that I've actually done graphic design work for. So I wonder if I could work with a couple of VTubers and get them to help me make a video here. But it's a totally different ballpark for VTubers. It's not super different, but there's quite a bit. There's quite a bit that's different. And I think that all about the personality and the backstory. I think it's a lot more like role play. So you've got to have that little character ready to go. Some people literally just use it as an avatar on screen, but I think the more excited and creative you get with your character and your backstory, the more successful and the more the VTuber community kind of goes bananas over you. And especially if you're trying to cross out of just the VTuber audience, and you want the general audience to watch as well, the bigger, bombastic, sillier, more interesting, cooler characters with the backstories is the way to go for it. Okay, I'll reach out to some VTubers and see if I can. We've also got a little VTuber section in the offbeats as well that we've got trying to grow up a little bit. But hi Raphchild, welcome in. I know insomnia is sometimes my best friend and sometimes my worst enemy too, so I feel you. Okay, what else do we got in here? Let's see here. How can we make the clips thingy you said? Oh no, what was I talking about? Oh, probably for the AFK, you would need a video editing program. So how to make a clip compilation. I'll see if I can find a free option. I like to do, I don't mind teaching Photoshop and like Adobe specific tutorials. I don't mind teaching those, but I know that they are expensive and not accessible to everyone. So if y'all are interested in Adobe specific ones, I would certainly be happy to do that. I think that using Photopea, you could still learn how to do it in Photoshop though, because Photopea is so close to Photoshop. But yeah, I'll try to find a free video editing app, and I will walk through how to do a clip compilation. I'll walk through how to edit a video compilation. How do you stay positive when you average one viewer? I've tried turning off the number so I can't see it, but I can feel the lack of presence. Bilal, I think you're gonna need to change your focus when you're streaming. So right now I don't even know what the views are on this at all. I don't even know if I really know how to check because I'm so new to YouTube streaming. I can see it says, oh, I think we might be at 55. It says concurrent, which is cool. That's more than I normally get on Twitch, so that's awesome to see. But I do look at my viewer count. Look, I give that advice. I say but I only say that tentatively. I say that if you're struggling with it, if it's hurting your self-esteem and hurting your ability to create and stream. I look at it. I have it on. I'm an analytically driven person. I like to see the number. I like to understand. Sometimes it does mess with my head, and it will make it, I will get down on myself. Especially if I see the number drop dramatically, like it goes, like if it went from 55 down to like 40 or something, or even lower than that, like I would be like, oh no, like, oh, I'm boring, I'm failing. Like it does mess with my head. So I don't recommend people do it, but I know that I am analytically driven, and I'm also obsessive about that type of thing. So I know that if I don't see it, I'll kind of like, it'll distract me in a different way. So I think that this is a learn yourself kind of thing as well, but I would recommend you could keep the viewer count on if you want to or not. Know what works better for you and your mental patterns going on there. But I would recommend switching your focus in the way that it's, stop thinking about live streaming as far as the audience that's there and everyone watching me right now, and think about it as a live recording of content elsewhere. I know I'm probably a broken record on this, but literally it's a game changer. Okay. It helps me a lot when I was recording, when I was streaming 12 Minutes, which is a game that just came out, couple weeks ago. I don't know when it came out, but I know that it's been trending over the last couple of weeks on Twitch. It's a game that takes about 6 hours to beat, and my chat went a little dead in a couple of parts in it, because it's kind of, honestly, kind of an annoying game to play, because you just have to keep, it's like Groundhog's Day. You're stuck on loop and you keep repeating the same day over and over and over again until you get the right order of doing things and unlock like the secret answers. And so you literally just repeat the same 12 minutes, the same 12 minutes, the same 12 minutes. And it gets a little frustrating to play it, but it's also very rewarding when you get something to unlock. But I can imagine that it was also a little frustrating and boring in certain ways to watch, and my chat got a little dead. So I noticed that. I noticed that my chat wasn't active. I noticed that it wasn't very entertaining for those types of reasons until we got to that moment where it's like, finally we found out this thing. Finally, we've gotten a little bit further. Like, what I started thinking about was, okay, this is going to be a YouTube video. I'm going to download this VOD. I'm going to edit out all these boring parts, and I'm going to edit together a 20-minute playthrough of this and show just the best moments. So I started thinking about this also helps that I was doing anime reactions and I had to edit myself reacting to anime, and I could see that I wasn't doing a good job. My expressions on my face weren't loud enough, so I couldn't pull a good thumbnail out of it. I was thinking too much in my head about it. I wasn't talking out loud enough. So through the experience of trying to do anime reactions, I learned that I am not being like loud enough basically with my body language and with that type of stuff. So I learned how to amp it up a little bit. Thinking about that while I'm live streaming 12 minutes with a chat that is not very active, I start amping. I'm like, okay, wait a second, this is going to be a YouTube video. Let me amp everything up. Let me react louder, react harder, and still authentically. I don't want you to fake. I don't want you to pretend, but just bring it out a little bit more. And project a little bit more, express a little bit more, and then I know that I'm gonna have good stuff to go on the YouTube video later. Lord Alchemist, don't spoil it. That game is wild. 12 minutes is a wild ride, okay? It was honestly a wild ride. That's why I'm gonna turn it into a YouTube video. So I think, Bilal, if you shift and you're putting that content on other platforms besides Twitch, you can focus on making it the best recording possible for later editing, or pulling out a TikTok clip or a Twitter clip, a clip to put on your Twitter or whatever. And I think that you will be a lot happier during the streams. Also, make sure that you're not streaming too many hours. So pull it back to 2 or 3 hour streams. Make sure that you're not playing in oversaturated games. I did want to talk about a question. But let me get through y'all in chat, and then let me revisit. Question about picking the right game to stream, oversaturated wise. I want to talk about that. You didn't think that, okay, Mark Smash, this is relatable. I didn't think I was shy until I was about to press start streaming and I had a massive anxiety attack. This happens to me when I take a break for a long time. I get butterflies, I get nervous, I get stressed out, I get sweaty, I get anxious. I've only rarely had anxiety attacks related to streaming, but they're usually something else is going on, and it's not just the stream itself that's contributing to that. But I think that anxiety, maybe not your massive anxiety attack. I don't know what this exactly entailed for you, but when I get nervous, when I get butterflies, when I get anxious and I'm like sweaty and I'm like, oh, gulp, like I think that's excited, like that's excitement, that's stage fright, that's like, oh, I'm about to go on. Like, it's, to me, it amps me up a little bit more, and 5 minutes in, it starts to subside. And if it doesn't, then you might need to address it, and maybe it's not a good night for you to stream. But once you actually get past that point and you're like, you just do it, it's not that, like, the thing for me is I think a lot of people psych themselves out about streaming and they just won't do it. Jackaroo loves you, I'm looking at you. They psych themselves out about it, and so they'll just sit there and they'll think about doing it, and they will allow themselves to, I don't know how else to say it besides psych yourself out. You will just build it up in your head into something way bigger than what it is, and you will, it's not that deep. Like, it's really not. I don't know. Even like YouTube streaming, I was really stressed the first time, but I just kind of like dove in like head first, because like my Twitch stream was messing up that night, so I was like, let's just go for it. I didn't overthink it. I just jumped right in, and I had Subnautica last time though, and there's a reason I'm not streaming Subnautica or anything else this time. I'm not going to do gaming on this channel. I want to keep it Twitch tutorial. I liked that I had Subnautica that first night because it gave me, that was like my crutch. It gave me a game to focus on, because I think I was worried nobody was going to show up at all. And so I was like, I just want to have a game ready to go just in case. But by the end of it, Subnautica was actually a hindrance on it. So, which is why I've made this just a Q&A style sit down. Okay. What else do we got in here? Asking your friends to be your first viewers, if you have the ability to do that, and if not, like I said before, start to try to find streamer communities to connect with. Let's see here. I'm looking for more questions. I think we did this one. How do you recommend reaching out to other streamers? I think we talked about that one at length. Let's see here. Oh, I appreciate hearing this, Zigbee. Good down-to-earth advice. I try to also keep like authentic and real. I'm wondering, I feel like a lot of people would be interested in this, but I'm wondering if it would be tacky. I kind of want to do like a revenue focused one. Like I'd like to show the behind the scenes of what YouTube revenue looks like at the type of viewership that I get. I also kind of want to do that for Twitch because I think that people think it's more than it is. And I think that when you see what it actually is, it makes it like, oh, okay. Like, I kind of want to do something like that. Let's see here. Okay, I see a couple people. So, income, revenue. This is so annoying. Yeah, you're right. People hate to see content creators make money. So I think that this is true in some ways. I think that it's the crabs in the bucket thing where we're all little crabs in a bucket, and as soon as one crab starts to climb up and get its way out, all the other crabs grab it and drag it back in. I think that this kind of happens. I think that this is a really interesting psychological thing that I don't think is just streaming. I think this happens with any social media growth and success. There's some kind of like bitterness or resentment or jealousy, maybe it's jealousy and envy that are playing into it too. When you see someone, especially when you followed them for a while and they've been smaller, and then all of a sudden they start to pop off. I've noticed it. I mean, I've been in the Twitch realm for 5 or 6 years now, probably closing in on 6, and I see a pattern of how people will be, oh, man, it's a whole topic too, because the bigger their numbers get, the more anonymous you are in their audience, and the easier it is to nitpick, criticize, demonize, objectify that individual. They become further away. They become, I guess, maybe in some ways less relatable. That's a whole other topic though. Demystify the numbers. Oh, I like that statement. Demystify the numbers. Oh, it does happen with bands too. You're right, Raph. Yeah, it's like that hipster mindset of oh, now everyone likes them, so now that I don't like them anymore. It's kind of a hipster mindset. Wow, that's interesting. What else do we got? How do we get sponsors? You gotta have views. Jenny, you've had a lot of good questions tonight. You gotta get views. Oh, there's Toasty. I want to put my feet up there. I actually had 3 emails last night. Three, and I'm starting to get a little, like, now I'm starting to get to this, like, okay, there's too many of y'all. I don't have to answer. I don't have to say yes to any of y'all. I'm just gonna tell y'all what they were though. So I have one. Oh, now Google's telling me it's dangerous. I actually kind of, okay. It's a massage mat for your feet that goes under your computer chair, and I considered this one because I was like, actually, this is like good for holistic health, and I'm very interested in that. But now Google is like, this message seems dangerous, so great. That's the second time I've almost fallen for a scam on those. I've got another one that's a Twitch. It's like when I did the CrossClip video the other day. It's a company that does something similar to CrossClip. And they were like, we want to offer you a paid collaboration for 1 year. I'm like, 1 year? I can't barely commit to one video. Are you kidding me? Like, so the reason that I'm starting to see more is because I'm being consistent with YouTube. Okay, I got my first sponsorship offer. I've had people reach out to me. I've had people reach out to me basically since I started doing YouTube for sponsorships, but they're not sponsorships. They're, hey, buy our products and sell them to your audience for an affiliate cut. It's not a sponsorship. They're basically tricking you into being a customer by making it sound shinier than it is. I don't do anything like that. I'm not about to be your salesperson. But if you're like, okay, Toasty, I do want to put my feet there, please. I want to put my feet there, please. She's so mad at me. She's biting. Come here. Oh my God, you're so cute. Okay. Hi, Farrellwood Witch. We'll let Toasty say hi for a second. What are you doing? I just want to put my feet on that little thing. Goodbye. Goodbye. Yeah, MLM tactics. So if you have, if you're getting offers of, hey, you know, I think it's different if you really support the company, because there was this one indie coffee company that I did that was like, you know, we can't give you the product for free, but we can give you a discount code for your discount code for your audience, and you're affiliated with us. An affiliate thing is different than a sponsorship. A sponsorship is we're paying you X amount of money to product placement, essentially. Those, I didn't start getting the X amount of money to do a product placement thing until this year. So all of the ones before that, there's probably a dozen or 2 dozen. Those were all more, they were affiliates, but they were calling themselves sponsorships, which is dishonest. So obviously I don't work with anything like that that's dishonest or has lacks integrity and things like that. Oh, hi Farrellwood. Yeah, YouTube will accidentally dox you for sure. Okay, so yeah, I'm playing, this is one of my favorite playlists. I will share it. It's a Harry Potter lo-fi, but it has one Legend of Zelda song in it. I believe it's the Song of Storms. And it has one Princess Mononoke song in it, which is my favorite Ghibli film. So it's just the perfect lo-fi mix for me. But let's see here. I know there's a lot of good friends. So sponsorship wise, viewership, having consistent viewership on your videos. So not when I had my first viral video, because it's just one video that got a lot of views. They don't think, they don't look at my channel and see that I have a consistent reach with people. So literally, like, y'all are seeing what a channel needs to look like for sponsors to start to reach out. And I had Streamlabs reach out, so a decent sized company. But for the most part, they are smaller, more indie level companies that are reaching out. But I got the one offer from Streamlabs, which to me was like, oh shit, I'm doing it, like hell yeah. But you can look at my channel and look at my numbers, and you can see I think pretty much where you need to be before the sponsors will start to reach out. I would say it looks like to me they want to see that your video gets around 4,000 or 5,000 views after about a month. Like you want to be around the 4,000 view mark after about a month. And what's a good video to me, what looks like a good video right now, is 1,000 views in the first 24 hours. So right around that area, and it looks extra great if you have a couple of viral videos that have popped off, even up to 20,000-30,000 views, because that means that you have the potential to grow your audience to that size as well. And so like if you just take a look at my video archive and see that's about, because it was maybe late May, early June, so about 3 months ago, that I got my first sponsorship offer. And that was when I had started posting consistently. I think it was after I had posted like 1 or 2 videos in a row and they did decently, that I got reached out to. So right around that time. This live wouldn't be made without Raid Shadow Legends. No. But yeah, yeah, I think you can have a sustainable income. I'm jumping a little bit ahead in chat, but this segues nicely. So I do think that you can have a sustainable income on Twitch and YouTube without sponsors. But what I will say is that I love your profile picture, Nina Cat. What I will say about this sponsorship for me is that my YouTube income is not consistent. It changes every single month. Sometimes I don't get a payout still. And my Twitch income is inconsistent. It doesn't stay the same every month. The only time I don't get a payout on Twitch right now is when I go longer than a month without streaming. So I think when I pushed, I think this April, when I took like 3 months off of streaming, I went a month without getting a Twitch paycheck at that point, because even my really supportive followers that did support me through about a month of not streaming, around the second month, they're like, all right, we're canceling our sub because you're clearly not streaming anymore. So after about 2 months of not streaming, I lost my Twitch check, and I had to stream for a month before I saw another one. So it was like a month's worth of work to see a payoff this following month. So 6 weeks of work to get that payoff again, right? But I do think that you could have a sustainable income on Twitch and YouTube. It's going to depend on what kind of bills you have to pay. But I would say okay, I will just demystify the numbers here. I make about $400 a month from Twitch. I make about $400 a month from YouTube right now, if I get paid from YouTube. And that's gonna, the money from YouTube is still mostly coming from that how to get started in 2021 video. So that video that's, I think, just broke 300K. The rest of my videos, they make like $6 and $15, and like the TikTok video I think might be at $6. Okay, it's not just coming from, it's coming from the viral video, and once that starts to fall out of the algorithm, I'll probably drop down to like $100 from what I'm doing right now. I'm just gonna tell y'all what the TikTok video is, which just hit it just hit 1.1k views, and it is revenue $5.73. So 1,000 view video. It's that will change depending on what your topics are that you cover, because different ad companies pay different amounts per click, so that will change depending on what you focus on. But on Twitch, I would say that I have about I have between 100 and 150 subs right now, depending on gift subs and when those drop off and stuff. And about that amount translates to around the area of $400 a month. So if that is something that you could use to supplement your income, if that helps y'all in any way understand what it looks like, what the numbers look like when you see someone with like 300 subscribers, you know, people do their sub goals. I mean, it's really easy to kind of get a general overview, because you can just do 300 times 5 divided by 2. It's going to be about 750, but then you got to take into consideration that they have to cut out 30% of that to put away for taxes. And then they're left, we'll go ahead and do that, times 0.3. That minus is 225. So 750 minus 225. They'll have about $500 left with 300 subs, if they're being good about putting tax money away. So does $500 pay your rent? What is it that you're trying to supplement it with? And if $500 doesn't, 300 subs is not an easy feat, okay? Now, if you're a smaller streamer and you've got like 10 subs, 10 times 5 is 50, divided by 2, because Twitch takes a 50% cut, that's $25. And then times the 30% for taxes, so 25 minus $7.50, that's $17. 10 subs will give you about $17 in your pocket. So if that helps y'all at all, like, kind of understand, I'm in a position right now where I also want to say that I live with my family. I don't pay rent. I do have like utilities. I have debts that I'm paying, and car bill, insurance. I have those types of things. I am trying to move out next year. I have estimated for myself, I actually want to do a video about budgeting and stuff, but not budgeting, but how I keep track of finances and stuff, because this is something I'm starting to do in the last year or two. Yeah, Twitch income, you have to take your taxes out yourself, or else you're gonna owe a lot. You might owe a lot of money. Okay, I think that I estimated, because of my living expenses in this area and what it would be to move out. This is what my goal is right now. This is my goal with content creation, is to get it to where it can sustain myself to live independently. So I think that like a good, like what I was looking at a house, it said we recommend, in order to apply for this house, you need to have an income of $3,500 a month. So to get that from Twitch alone, $3,500 a month, you need to make twice that, first of all, because Twitch takes 50%, right? So that's 7,000. Let's divide that by 5. That's 1,400 subs. I'm not going to hit that. Okay. I'm not going to hit that in a year. Just being realistic. So I need to figure out how I can supplement in other ways, which is diversifying the income. I'm not a financial, first of all, I suck with money. I just want to put that out there. Get a financial advisor if this is really interesting to you. But, this is why I'm on YouTube. This is why I'm taking sponsorships. This is why I'm trying to understand how to do affiliate links and stuff like that. I'm trying to diversify my income so that I can bring, because 1,400 subs on Twitch, that's so, unrealistic for me to think I would hit in a year. That's so out of reach. That would be times 10 what my current audience is, right? Money, people don't like to talk about money. 10 subs would pay to buy you a box of beers per month. That's a cute way to look at it, Raph. Yeah. Yeah, and another way Alchemist is saying here, I use a small check from YouTube to pay for Xbox Pass, EA Play Pro, etc. Regional pricing. I think that like 1,400 subs is something that could be my like 3-year plan, or like, and that's only if I bust my ass. Like, I can't sit around and twiddle my thumbs and expect that to come to me. I have to work hard to get there, which is where the hustle culture comes from, unfortunately. But again, I do push to take breaks, take care of your body and stuff like that. But let me scroll up and see if I've missed from before. How do you stay organized and figure out a healthy schedule? I'm an obsessive planner, so I have this little thing here. You can only see it this way, sorry, but it's a little like thing that I bought that is a notepad of the different weeks. So I have my to-do list. I keep track of exactly what I need to do on what days. I have good notes on my iPad. I keep a planner. I watch a lot of videos that teach you how to be better at planning, and don't overcommit yourself. How do you stay organized and figure out a healthy schedule? A healthy schedule is going to come from experience. How long have we been going? I don't want to stretch this too long, but I also want to get I want to get the questions covered. I actually don't know how to tell. Stream settings. Maybe I have to look at it on my actual. Oh no, 2 hours. Okay. 2.5. Okay. All right. I might go for another 30 minutes. We'll do a good 3 hours. Okay. So healthy schedule is going to come from trial and error, experience, watching yourself to see if you burn out. We talked a little bit earlier about the 3x3 rule, 3 days a week, 3 hours at a time. That's a pretty good starting point. And then you can adjust from there if it doesn't feel like enough or it feels like too much. I think starting at that nice middle ground, 3 days a week, 3 hours at a time, that would be a good starting point to experiment with. And then staying organized is just be dedicated to that. Get yourself a nice planner. Have a sense of pride in the object that you're using to plan, whether it's Google Calendar, good notes on an iPad, a what are they called? Bullet journal, or a planner that you bought from the craft store, and you get really into like paper planning. Take pride in your planner so that you'd use it all the time. And I could do more planner videos. I love planners. I love making, I actually wouldn't even mind doing plan with me videos. Those would be kind of cute. Like when I set up, because I'm about to have to set up my September calendar for like Offbeats and my stream and the sponsorship videos. And I've got a couple collaborations. I'm doing a podcast guest spot later this month. Like, so those types of things, like I'm actually starting to overcommit myself because I haven't been keeping my planner well enough. So I keep being like, yeah, that's fine. Let's do this in September. And then now it's like, oh my God, I've added way too many things to September. I'm going to die this month. Like, I haven't used Notion, but my friend is a huge fan of Notion and has gotten me to look at it before, and I'm like, it overwhelms me, but I really want to learn it because it looks so powerful. What else do we got? Where we at? At what point and how much should you look to commission channel art? I think that you need to do as much yourself as you can in the beginning. I think that you should not commission your art until you have received an income or a revenue from your streaming. This is just typical business advice. Any business expenses or expansions, like buying a new microphone, commissioning channel art, things like that, they should be paid for by your business, like out of your business. Your business should fund the the expansion technologically and graphically as far as streaming goes. That's just a good mindset to get in for it. Personally, that's what I do. Like right now we're fundraising to get a new graphics card, which will actually be here next week. I get my new graphics card next week. But I have my stream, I I have my stream income cover that, because if it comes out of my pocket, then I'm going into a deficit, right? I'm going into the red or whatever. So you want to make sure that you're constantly pushing yourself ahead. So if you start out streaming, you're averaging 2 or 3 viewers and you're dropping $500 on a graphics package, I would question if you are really if you're focused on the right things, because it sounds also like you would be in the same vein of person that is buying the $2,000 PC, the $1,000 mic and mixer setup, the $1,000 camera setup, and you still haven't even started streaming. And then you're going to get 3 months into it and you're going to be like, oh, I don't actually have what it takes to be a streamer, or I don't actually enjoy streaming. And then you've wasted all that money. So I would just start with the passion first and let the expenses and upgrades be fueled by what you're already making. And as far as how much should you pay, that's really hard to answer. Like we talked a little bit about emotes earlier, and the $20 to $40 range is about average for an emote. And artists deserve that, okay? Artists deserve to be paid for their time and their skills and experience. So, oh, thank you. Yeah, I'm almost at the goal, but I went ahead and sent in for it. So I think I'm probably just going to be able to, but maybe not, because I actually I'll talk about that on my stream, but I went ahead and purchased it, but it's out of money that was not supposed to be used for it, because I was like, heck it, I'm just gonna go ahead and do this. So I think I still need to run to the very end of it, but yeah. And the more you stream, exactly like Lamp Devil is saying, the more you stream, the more you'll know what you want to have, and then you'll understand your layout, your preferences. It just depends on what you're looking for. Like if you're just looking for, I think that you can find so many things for free online that there's no need to pay for graphics until you're really set up to be able to afford it without any type of issue or concern. There's so many free resources. There's a lot of people that offer free graphic package downloads. I know my friend Gail Level has quite a few available. And then you can also just Google for that. I'm also do my best to teach all how to make them yourself, but not everyone has the time to make their own stuff, which is where commissioning an artist comes in handy. There are free emotes that you can go for. There are free overlay packs. There are free options so that you don't have to be putting an expense in. I think once you start to have that little bit of extra pocket money, that's when you should start to do the upgrades of it and move in that direction. I don't even know how to give an answer for it though. Because I'm a graphic designer myself, I've never felt the need to commission someone besides emotes. So I don't even know how to ballpark for y'all. Canva, yeah, Canva's great for templates. Photopea is a good Photoshop duplicate. Wake the Dreamer says, I got most of my early emotes for under $5 each off Etsy. For sure, there are lots of like low price point options available. Okay, what else do we got in here? It's probably good for me to be quiet for a second. I'm probably talking too much, so I'm just looking for a new question. Sorry. Hosting. This is Hayden Elaine. Maybe this is not a general question, but this is just about me personally. I love your videos. I can't wait to start streaming. Do you work with other streamers to help build them up? I'm not sure exactly what that last part of the question means. I'm going to assume that it's about like one-on-one coaching stuff. I did do that at one point. I didn't super love doing it. It's something I'd be willing to talk if y'all want, if that was something that y'all are interested in, I'd be willing to discuss with individuals, but it's not a service I'm going to offer. I don't particularly like it. I prefer to make content like this that can help a larger reach of people, working one-on-one in general. Tony, have a wonderful night. Thank you so much for hanging out. Get some good sleep. Kearney Nan, hi, how are you doing? What is it? Even one-on-one tarot readings, one-on-one coaching. I don't like doing commissions either. After I finish the final commission I'm working on right now, I'm closing my commissions. I prefer to do content on a public platform that can help a bunch of people, or offer packages like graphic packages that would be available for everyone. So I would be open to doing some one-on-one sessions. If that's something y'all are interested in and want to reach out, I would say to email me about it, heysshadylady@gmail.com, and we can chat about it. I don't know what my rate is. I don't know anything like that, but it's not something I'm going to do for free. It's very draining. That's why I particularly don't like doing them, is that I don't know how to price it properly. I struggle with that. So I typically undercharge, which makes me not, so it's this whole complicated thing in my head, which is why I prefer to do content. I even don't really love having a fan house, to be honest. I like the platform, okay, but I don't like making content that's behind a paywall, which is, I'm struggling with that. Fuzzy Jello's here too. Hi, Fuzzy Jello. So I think that this is, again, a learn by experience. Everybody is different and you won't know until you try. But I personally, if I'm going to spend a lot of time and effort and energy in something, I just want it to be on my public stuff where it can reach as many people as possible. So yeah, that's a whole can of worms, I think. But what else we got? Have you heard of Raid Shadow Legends? Y'all are on that Raid Shadow Legends joke so much tonight. Let's see here. How Shady Lady talks, I use 0.75. That has been something I've gotten told since I was in high school theater. I'm always being told to slow down. Usually people that don't speak English as their first language really struggle to understand me. I don't mean to. I'm just a very fast talker. I stress people out. I actually stressed my doctor out because I talk so fast. Let's see here. Wait, Nina Cat says, from my experience on TikTok, posting 2 to 3 times on TikTok did way worse than posting once every week. Wow, interesting. Okay. I'm gonna keep that in mind. I know this is what happened to me on Instagram though. Everyone was saying post every single day on your feed on Instagram and it'll up you in the algorithm, and it didn't get me shadow banned, but that's what it felt like. Like none of my stuff was getting engagement anymore. Like after about 3 weeks of posting every day, my like count got cut like in thirds. Like say I was getting 100 likes before on a good post, I was only getting like 30 or 40 likes on a good post now. So posting too much like oversaturated my audience with my content. So yeah, it's again, experimentation will teach. That's why I'm gonna try it out. 2 to 3 times on TikTok over like stresses me out to think about. But what's this? Connor McIntosh says, I want to make YouTube my streaming platform, but I've heard from actual YouTubers that the algorithm hates when they go live and their channel views suffer afterwards. How do you find the balance? I don't think that my view count suffered. Let me look. I don't think that it did. But I'm not streaming all the time, and I'm keeping my gaming content separate. So I'm making sure that what I'm streaming to y'all is still the normal type of content that I put out anyway. Let's see here. Where's my last live? 890 views. And the next day I got a video with 1.1k. Actually, I will say that video, the caption video, it struggled to hit the 1,000 view mark. I don't know if that's because it's a low demand. Like not everyone needs to know how to caption their streams. That could be like a couple of different things that contributed to that happening. But the video I did after I went live did not have the greatest view count compared to the rest of my videos. Maybe that's related to the live stream. Maybe that's related to be a low demand content. Could be multiple things. So this is only my second live stream, so I don't have a lot of my own personal anecdotal evidence or data to go off of. But if I was streaming every single day here, I do think that it would tank my algorithm. I do think that it would. That's why I'm doing once a month with y'all. I think that yeah, I think once a month is a good balance. And I think I'm actually going to be upping my video uploads to twice a week though. I've got a lot of stuff that I want to get out, talk about. I want to start a regular, like a long-term Discord community building tutorial series. And I think that I want to do one Discord video a week and one other streaming video a week. So I'm kind of thinking like a Monday, Thursday, or a Tuesday, Friday upload schedule. Yeah, I'm super behind too, Farrellwood. I'm trying to catch up with y'all, but y'all got so many good questions and I don't know how to shut up. So how I found the balance is, again, experimentation and testing it out. I will say that I can give a better example with Twitch, because on Twitch I will see a lower view count if I stream every single day of the week. But when I stream 2 or 3 times a week, people miss me, quote unquote. I don't say that in an egotistical way. I say this in an advice way as well. If you're live every day, people see you every day. Think about if you saw your like one friend every day. By the 3rd or 4th day, y'all might have kind of run out of stuff to talk about and y'all just kind of sit in silence together. But if y'all saw each other twice a week or 3 times a week, y'all miss each other a little bit because you haven't seen each other. So there's more stuff to talk about. There's more stuff to connect over, and your energy is like catalyzed off of each other. Hi Orville, welcome in. Broadcast from Mars, thank you so much for being here. I hope you have a wonderful night. Get a good night's sleep, and we'll see you next time. What am I using to get chat on screen? I've answered this one. I believe it was the same one, but just to recap, it's I put the link in chat. Oh, I did answer it because it's right there. Okay, well, I'll still post it just in case y'all are new coming in. Hold on, that link is hideous. Let me get the real link. Yeah, I'm sure I want to no, stop. Oh my gosh. Go to site. There we go. I'll post the link again. It's in the Google Chrome store. Live chat overlay, and it's a browser source. Okay, let's see here. Camera makeup video. Let's see here. I'm curious as to why I struggle getting a large audience when live, but my views after the fact are great. I'm getting self-conscious. Aw. So I wonder, are you talking on YouTube or Twitch? Why I struggle getting a large audience when live, but your views after the fact are great. Do you do, I think there could be a couple reasons why this is happening, but the first thing that my brain is going to is that you might be better at long form content, and people like to listen to you like podcast style, and they use you as entertainment for when they're driving to work or before they're falling asleep, and maybe you aren't necessarily like super engaging when live, so people don't feel like they want to be there to get that one-on-one interaction from you, but they love your vibe overall. But I think that this is something that you should double down on. So if you feel like you are getting better numbers from afterwards views, then I would put a less focus on your live and more focus on archived content or making more content for YouTube or whatever it is. If you notice trends like this, then you are starting to see what your strengths are and double down on those strengths. Okay, what else we got? Do you know a way? Yes, I do know a way to do this, but it's not free, I don't believe. Do you know a way to include translatable subtitles? A lot of my community are from South America and struggle to understand me. The Twitch subtitle, what are they called? Widget? Is that what they call them on Twitch? Closed captions extension. I was just looking at this the other day because I wanted to have one. I believe it's this one. Let me type it in. I'll find the exact one. But it's not, I think it's not free, or people have to pay bits. I think the individual has to submit bits for it. Maybe it's stream closed captioner. Different languages. Hold on. F language. Viewers can activate translation for several languages for 1 day by using bits. They require bits to help cover the cost for translation services. I'll leave a link here. It's Stream Closed Captioner by Talk to Me Gooseman in the widget library on Twitch. So the reason I didn't add that, I mean, maybe it would be good, and if people want to choose to send in the bits, then they can have the language translation. But I really wish that it was just a free option, or I as the creator could send them $10 and unlock it or something like that, right? I wish there was a way to just one-time fee it and make it an option so that every time you come in you don't have to send in 100 bits or whatever it is to be able to unlock. That's my own personal preference, but if you don't mind that, then there's an option right there for you. What else do we got? Let's see here. I just started streaming. Broadcaster Mars just left, but I just started streaming. I'm currently doing PC games, but I do eventually want to branch out to DIY and hair and makeup stuff. How do you do that without being jarring? So this is an interesting topic. This is switching your genre over from, and maybe your audience is already used to a specific type of content from you. You need to switch them over like you switch a dog eating dog food. I'm going to be a little vulgar with this, so bear with me on it, but hi Sympathy, how are you doing tonight? Okay, so you have a pet, you have a dog or a cat, and you're feeding them one type of dog food or cat food. If I just take their food and I switch it out entirely, like cold turkey them onto a new brand, they're probably going to have an upset tummy, and if you have a cat in a litter box, it's going to be incredibly smelly. They're going to have a very bad time because their stomach and their digestive tract is not used to that new food. So you have to do a slow taper over. So start out for a couple of days or a week and give them 90% of their old food and 10% of their new food. And then after a week, switch it to an 80-20. Or you can go maybe a little faster than that, but I would tiptoe it. I would take it slowly. After the second week, go to 70-30, then go to 60-40, 50-50, and eventually you can just fully take them off of their old food. That way that their tummy can get used to it, and it doesn't upset their belly. Same thing with your viewer base. Same thing with your audience. You can get them used to the new food, and they won't even notice that you've put them on new food. They won't even notice it. Their body won't even notice it. So if I'm streaming 3 days a week and I'm streaming Stardew Valley, because that's always my go-to, sorry. If I'm streaming 3 days of Stardew Valley and I want to start adding in, let me think of something quite different, ASMR, I think those are different enough, but you could also think about this like you stream 3 days a week of FPS games and you want to add in a cooking stream or something that's like drastically different. So I would start out, I'm streaming 3 days a week Stardew Valley. I'm going to say, hey guys, Mondays and Tuesdays we're still doing Stardew, but I'm switching Wednesdays to a variety day, and on Wednesdays I'm going to be doing ASMR, or Wednesdays I'm going to be playing a horror game, or I'm going to be playing an FPS game or Dark Souls, or so my main days of my majority of my content is still Stardew, but I've got a little like wild card. And then maybe if you don't want to continue Stardew, taper it off. And now we do 2 days a week of variety, but don't worry, we're still doing Stardew Sundays. We're still hanging out with Stardew. And then after a while, you can just like take that away, and hopefully you're still maintaining I would at least hope a majority of your view count by doing that. You're probably going to lose a couple of people who are just, they only want to watch Stardew, or they only want to watch horror games or whatever it is, but you can at least taper the majority of your audience over, because they're typically there for your personality, right? So I'm gonna be vulgar. That was still elegant. I know, I thought to myself, I was like, I don't just want to like I was still gonna try to keep this a little tame. Okay, so I would taper people over. For this one specifically, you're doing PC games, you want to branch out to do DIY and makeup stuff. So I would stick with gaming, and I would either add an extra day. So say you're doing 3 days of gaming. I would say Saturdays I'm going to start to do a crafty creative day, or just make that third day your crafty creative day. I would taper them over. And maybe that's a good balance. Maybe you can stick with 2 days of gaming and 1 day of crafting, and that's just the perfect balance, and you don't need to fully switch over to being a creative streamer. You're gonna name your improv team Dramatically Different. Dramatically. Okay, let's see here. How do you connect with your audience? I am a very, what's the word I'm looking for? I'm very interactive with my audience. In some ways I fall on y'all a little too much, and I think that when I give the advice of don't expect your audience to entertain you, I think a little bit of that is advice I'm giving myself, but I just make sure that I'm using people's names. Like, hey, Wake the Dreamer, what's up? How are you doing today? Like that personal little touch, pulling them in. I try to care about what they're saying so that I can remember for later dates. So if, like, I know that Brennan, who I don't think is here anymore, but I know that me and Brennan were talking earlier, and he's sick right now. And so when Brennan comes in, I can say, hey, Brennan, oh, I hope you're feeling better. I know you weren't feeling well. Like at that point, it's like, oh, this person remembers me. Obviously, at a certain point, you can't remember everything about everybody all the time, but having just that little personal touch with your audience, and caring, I think caring about them is important. They aren't just viewers and fans, they are individuals that are supporting your content, right? Let's see here. I also have a Discord server, so I allow my audience direct access to me through a Discord server, so I can see pictures of their cats. I ask them, you know, oh my god, you have a kitty cat, I want to see them, we've got a pet channel on my Discord server, come in and share it. I will get involved with them in that way. But I do think that boundaries is this discussion that would need to be had in relation to this topic, because it's very easy to allow too much access to you constantly and then start to get drained. But making them part of the show, I mean, you could maybe even do like Saturdays or community day. I see a lot of streamers do stuff like this. Saturdays or community day, and everyone gets to come play in the Minecraft server with me. Or I will have a couple people on to do Gardic Phone, or whatever that game is called, where it's like Pictionary, or like Telephone Pictionary, or we all play Overwatch, or like games with viewers, like allowing them to come in. Marbles on stream is another one, just allowing the viewers to kind of come in and actually interact and become part of the show. That's not going to work for everybody, and I actually don't like to let people on voice chat with me, because I've had a couple of bad experiences in the past. But if you vet your viewers really well, they're long-term regulars, you've hung out with them in Discord voice chat off stream, and you know that they're not going to say something that could get you banned, you know what I mean? Yeah, okay, what else do we got? I think you make more on YouTube than Twitch. I don't actually. I make more on Twitch than I do on YouTube. That might change though, because I think that, I don't know though, they're actually like, they're the same number. They're growing at the same rate, which is, I think that means I'm balancing myself between the two very well. Let's see here. I want to make, oh, I got that one. Okay. Sorry, I see a couple of y'all like having to repost your questions. I'm just incredibly behind in chat. I'm trying to scroll through and go in order. Let's see here. I think that might be all. Did I do it? I think I got all of y'all. Okay, great. Look at me go. All right. Okay, so I had one question that I wanted to answer. I'd like to get it directly from the comments. This wasn't this. Yeah, I just want to answer it though. Give me 1 second to find it. I think this is it. Yeah. It's from In8, which is probably pronounced Nate, to be honest. It says, hey Shady Lady, your videos have really helped me with the idea of starting a Twitch channel. I wanted to ask you, is Apex Legends a good game to stream on for a new streamer? I know you recommended Stardew Valley and Breath of the Wild. So I told this person that I was going to have a complicated answer and I want to make a video about it. And I probably still will make a video because I'd like to use Twitch tracker analytics to illustrate what I'm talking about. And I don't have an overlay set up for that tonight, but maybe I need to though. Maybe I could. Hold on, let me see. If y'all bear with me, let me see if I can get one set up. It would have to be, well, I don't know what this is gonna look like, so okay, that works though. Let me do camera. There we go. Okay, all right, we're good. Let me just maximize this. Look at me go. I'm ready. Okay, so we're gonna go to first of all, I'm gonna go to twitch.tv/game/directory/Apex Legends, and we're gonna, oh, I messed up. Apex Legends. And we're going to take a look at these. I've got it sorted. You can see behind me, I have it sorted from viewers high to low. A lot of times it will come up, what do you call it? recommended for you. It'll come up as recommended for you. When it comes up recommended, I get a lot of small streamers because I mostly watch small communities. That's typically what I watch, are people with this type of viewer count. I would imagine this person here with 183 viewers probably streams under the tags that I like, or is networked in some way with people that I've watched previously. So I'm going to sort it by viewers high to low because I feel this is typically what people do. The average Twitch viewer does. They come in and they look at like the most popular streamers, right? So the first thing that I see when I come on this, when I view this, just skirt right past that. 4.1k viewers, 2.5k viewers, 2.1, 2.1, 1.7, 1.6. Even the top 3 rows, down here in the bottom corner, way over here next to me, bottom corner. I don't know how to do my hand, whatever. I'll circle my mouse around it. 420 viewers. In order to be in these top 3 rows, you have to have more than 400 viewers, right? Hi, Lodane, welcome in. How much normal cursing is allowed on stream? As much as you want, Coffee and Crochet. You obviously just can't use hate speech. Different topic. Hold on. So I'm going to jump back over here for a second. Sorry, I know I don't mean to bounce over, but how much cursing, how much normal cursing is allowed on the stream? I try not to drop too many F-bombs. As much as you want. You set the vibe. I am currently trying to dial back my cussing because I have lost out on networking opportunities with companies because I cuss. Like, so one example I can give is there was an indie game company that released a very cute game. I won't drop who it is because I don't want to put them on the spot or anything, but it was a very cute game that was released. I had a very silly moment in the game. On their Twitter, they were retweeting every streamer. I can't say every streamer, but they were retweeting a lot of people regardless of their account size if they shared clips of them playing the game because they were trying to promote the game. And I had a very funny, silly clip that would have been perfect for them to retweet, but I said the F word in it. And I was like, oh my God, this is so effing cute or something like that. And they did not retweet it. And analyzing it, I was like, literally the only reason they wouldn't have done this is because they're trying to keep family friendly vibes or something like that. So I am dialing back that because that would have been a good opportunity for me to get a retweet, get seen by other content creators, get seen by fans of the game, maybe pull people onto my Twitter from that. So that is me personally making the decision to clean up my language a little bit. I also feel like I sound smarter when I don't cuss a lot. I just personally, but this is all, some people are vulgar, some people, and I was vulgar a lot like 10 years ago for sure. But I think that it's better, it's my own personal choice to go in that direction. And I think that working with companies, you will have more opportunities for sponsorships, for companies, for retweets, for shareability if you are not dropping the F-bomb every other word or saying like the C-U-N-T word, like all of these really vulgar, awful language. Even when I was playing, what was I playing? I think it was 12 minutes. I can't remember, but I called someone a B word. And as soon as it came out of my mouth, I was like, oh, I didn't mean to do that. I will say like the what I consider like network television cuss. So like the shit, hell, dams, I think are kind of like, I think they still are kind of family friendly. So it's up to you. It's what you're comfortable with. If you don't want to censor yourself and you want to be yourself and you're like, whatever, this is just what I say, and if you don't like it, F you or whatever, like if that's just who you are and that's your vibe, don't censor yourself because you're going to hate the platform you build for yourself. But if you are, you know, I know that YouTube does not like I have to say to them, like basically, do I drop the F-bomb or vulgar words in the first like couple of minutes of my video? And if I do, then it hurts my ability to get monetized, or it limits the amount of companies that want to work with me. So that's why you see a lot of streamers a lot of YouTubers that are censoring their language, and will talk around things. Like even in the true crime category, they can't say things like stabbing or murder, and they have to talk around those words if they expect to keep that AdSense turned on. But if you're getting sponsors, then you are free with your language a little bit more, as long as the sponsor doesn't mind. You've been trying to say frick more. It's up to you. I mean, that's why I think you see a lot of people that are like the cute, wholesome streamers that are like hecking, like, oh, this is hecking adorable, instead of the F word or whatever. So, Ultimate Game Boy says studies have shown that people who curse are more intelligent. You read it on the internet, so it must be true. Okay. So swapping categories. Wait, I want to touch a few more things. So a touch. Sympathy says, I can tell you the difference of me starting on Overwatch and then switching to a smaller category, so you can see the diff of how many new viewers I got. Sympathy, would you mind if I pulled your analytics up on screen? I actually think you're a very, very interesting example. Sympathy, for those of y'all that don't know, is a game developer, a coder, that streams in the science and tech category. Phenomenal entertainer. Love her to pieces. So we're gonna go to Sully Gnome. I'm gonna look up Sympathy, and I'm gonna pull her up on screen. We'll swap back over to my center monitor. So here's Sympathy. I'm gonna pull up her 90-day. Let me see how far I have to go back. I think you've been doing this for a while now. 63. You've been doing this for a long time now. Look at you go. Looks like right here, 42. So it looks like it's going to be more. Let's take a look at what Sympathy was doing in May of 2020. 14 average viewers. Here we go. So May of 2020, you were playing... This was still science and tech, so you must have just switched over to it. All right, let's go back a little bit further. Let's try January of 2020. Looks like you didn't stream at all. February. Maybe this is right when you decided to switch over. Did you take a break? Let me find it. I'll find you. You took a significant break there, Sympathy. Wow. 10-9. This is right when you switched to science and tech. Okay, so you say to go back to 2018. 2018, let's say 2018 June. All right, here we go. So we've got... I'm covering the games, but we've got Overwatch here with an average of 2 views. Let me scoot over a little bit more. Overwatch here with an average of 2 viewers. Portal, average of 5. We've got Prison Architect. We've got Elder Scrolls Skyrim. So when we come down and look at the pie chart, we've got Portal, Overwatch, Portal, Prison Architect, Elder Scrolls, Undertale. Variety. Big variety. Just trying to find the game that works, right? And this is what I see a lot of smaller streamers stuff look like. And so it's average 2 to 3. And this probably held, I would say, probably for the year. I would imagine probably for the whole year of 2018. But I think that probably towards the end of this, let's see, 2019, March. Yeah, we still got 3 viewers in March of 2019. We got... Yeah, okay. So it looks like it didn't work for you and you pulled off of Twitch for a little bit. Looks like a significant amount of time, almost all of 2019. And then 2020, it looks like Sympathy... Looks like you took about a year off. You took a year off Twitch, which makes sense because you were streaming to 3 or 4 viewers all over the place in a bunch of different games. You weren't really finding something that clicked for you. And then around May or so of 2019, you come back in the science and tech category, coding and doing, which is your skill. You also stand out in that category as a female coder. It's a smaller category, so it's easier to get seen and noticed. This has the ability for Sympathy to be interactive with her audience, and we start to see the average go up. Average 16 viewers, 13 viewers, 16 viewers, sticks only in science and technology, averaging 12 viewers. And this is in May of 2020. So by the end of 2020, December of 2020, Sympathy's up to 44 average viewers. 44 has peaking at 81 viewers, 82. We come down to science and tech. We're averaging overall 46 viewers in this category. And then now we're in 2021. So I'm going to look at the last 180 days, which is most of this year. And we're averaging 61 viewers. Looks like you've now been able to push out into a couple of like Scriblio and Rushdown Revolt, and you're still being able to hold half of your viewership in these 25 viewers, 34 viewers. So we're gonna look at the last 30 days so that y'all can see a little bit more of a chart. It looks like a big old 213 viewer. That must have been a big raid, because your average is pushing, you're getting close to partner numbers. We're averaging 67 viewers. There's been a slow gradual build on your content, averaging 64 overall. So taking a year off, completely reevaluating the content that she was creating, letting go of the typical Twitch stream I gotta play games formula, and going on this kind of like risky game coding. Like, who wants to watch someone sit and write code all day? You know what I mean? But Sympathy's entertaining. She found a great niche for herself. She's a very entertaining person, and is able to and is also knowledgeable in coding, is an experienced coder, so is able to thrive in this category. Sympathy says, the year off I reevaluated hard. So if you find yourself looking more like Sympathy's February 2018 pie chart all over the place. Wait, I think that it was a different date. Maybe December? Let me find where it was. This one looks good. You find yourself, your little pie chart looking like this on Sully Gnome. 2 to 3 viewers, and you've got like 10 different games over here. You don't know what your niche is, which is good. You're experimenting here. This is a good experimentation of trying a bunch of stuff on. I love to see people that are trying a bunch of stuff, but this also tells me you don't know what your niche is. You don't know what your main category is. But some people are just variety streamers. If we go to my analytics over the last, we'll say the last 30 days, I'm a big pie chart. I got a bunch of stuff over here. I do a bunch of different content, but this retro one is not, we can't use that. It was, I got rated by my friend who's a Warframe partner, and I sat at like 400 viewers that day. That we got to disregard the retro. That's a freak of nature. It's a freak accident. But there is a very clear like dominator for me, as far as pie charts. Subnautica again is like a little bit of a freak than my analytics, because I got really obsessed with that game for a second. But you can see, look, it takes up half my pie chart of time, but it's got this only 1.4 average follower per hour. So I was doing all this time, but I wasn't getting a lot of followers out of it. Meanwhile, tarot, I've got this small chunk of time and I get the most followers out of it. It dominates my pie chart. This is how you kind of learn what you need to double down on. Clearly, if I sat and I did tarot every day, I would probably be able to push partner numbers in the next 6 months if I really did that. But you know what? I don't love doing it every day, so I stick with variety. Some people just thrive in variety, and it's up to you. This site is sullygnome.com. It's one of my favorite analytic ones. I've got the link for you in chat. You just go into the website. You can type literally anybody's channel up here. I use this a lot to just analyze, but you can see a lot of juicy, tons of good information from this. Twitch Tracker is another website you could use, but I like the format of Sully Gnome better. So yeah, check both of them out. Hi, Knight of Souls, welcome in. I'm glad that you're enjoying them. So the reason we're looking at Sully Gnome right now is because we were talking about streaming on Apex Legends, talking about niching down, talking about choosing the right thing to play in. Sympathy started in Overwatch, which Overwatch used to be Apex Legends. Apex Legends is now, like, if we go to Overwatch on here, I doubt the top row is all gonna be, maybe it is, I don't know. Yeah, no, it's not at all. Our most watched person in Overwatch right now is 6.2, and that top row, it's 198. So actually to get in, actually Overwatch isn't too hard, and that doesn't look too bad anymore. This would be good for someone who averages around 50 viewers. Overwatch would probably be pretty good to get seen in. So the top row, you need more than 198 viewers to get seen. The top 3 rows, you need more than 85. That second scroll, I can now see you if you have 35 viewers. So people between 30 and 50 viewers, Overwatch would be pretty good to grow in right now. Apex Legends, though, you're not going to get seen. You have to be good at networking and marketing if you're going to do Apex. I wouldn't tell you not to do it if this is your favorite game and it's going to like make you hate streaming if you don't get to play your favorite game, but you're going to have to do something totally different to grow in this category, because like we're just going to do the 1-2. I'm still at 83, 100 for the 1-2, and this is when people typically, they've already seen enough, they found someone to click on, or they're bored and they don't look at the category anymore. People aren't going to scroll all the way down, and to get to like 10 viewers, like look how far I have to scroll to get to 10 viewers. I'm still not at 10. I'm at 15. Look at all of these channels I have to scroll by. Okay, you've got to do if you're going to play Apex and you average 10 viewers, or 5, you're gonna have to do something totally different. You're gonna have to be marketing yourself on Twitter or TikTok or Instagram or Facebook group or somewhere. You're gonna have to be pulling people in from somewhere, because you're not gonna get discovered very easily. I just saw 444 twice. Okay. That was my average viewer in the tarot category. But you did Planet Zoo for a while. So complicated answer to this. I would actually say a better game. You want to look for something. Let me show y'all Stardew. I recommend not necessarily Stardew, but look at this one. 24 viewers will get you in the top row. 10, 11, and there's still an active community. There's still a lot of people watching this category. So like there's still at least like three good scrolls of people. There's a lot of people that are streaming and active in this community. I bet Animal Crossing looks pretty good right now. So Animal Crossing, to get in the top row, you need 28 viewers. Subnautica was a pretty good one for me. Top row, you need 11 viewers. So, and there's a very passionate community in Subnautica. And just for the sake of wrapping up Sympathy's point, science and technology, top row is 100+ viewers, but the second row, they're all in their 20s, 30s. So this is a pretty good category to get seen in. Just chatting, awful choice. It's good for connecting with your audience, but 6.4Ks is the top row in order to get to the top row. I'm still in 1,000. The first like 7 rows are still 1,000+ viewers. This is going to be impossible to get seen in. So this is really just for connecting with your community. It's not good for growth. So there is, let's see, maybe if we go to just the browse button, if I just go onto twitch.tv/directory, the browse category, and I search this not for recommended by you, although recommended by you this is what it auto generates as. I don't know why. I don't like League of Legends. I don't like Dead by Daylight. I'm just friends with a lot of people that play it. But viewers high to low. So I would say probably not these top 2 as far as a strategic move, a strategic choice. But I'm going to look at Minecraft just for the sake of this one. Top row is 400+ viewers. In order to get in, let's see, we'll just do the 2 scroll down, 60, 70 viewers. So it's going to be a little hard to get seen in here unless you're pushing the 50 to 70 viewers already on your own. People's attention span are short. They're going to do a 1-2 scroll, maybe a 3, maybe a 4 scroll. I would say in the directory, you want to come down to about the 3rd or 4th row. So something around here. I bet Super Mario 64 looks great. Yeah, so we've got someone who's streaming right now with 3,000 viewers, which is where most of the viewers are coming from. Top row is 44, second row is 22 viewers, third row is that 10-11 mark. So these are like good for smaller streamers are down here. Hunt Showdown would be good, Naraka would be good. This is now though, this changes every month depending on the games that are coming out. Talk shows and podcasts, Fall Guys looks like it's good now, Rust, Final Fantasy VII, chess, let's see, Red Dead 2, PUBG Battlegrounds, maybe even up to this art area, but the art category is tricky. Yeah, the art category would be tricky to get seen. You're gonna have to have a good thumbnail. Your art's gonna have to stand out in the thumbnails. Okay, so I'm gonna wrap up this talking point here, and we're gonna come back over to main screen. This one, yeah. Okay, so OMG, it's Barbie. Thank you for joining tonight. Let's see here. I think that I might, on category that doesn't usually have any lives under it. Oh man, you're gonna have to have an audience because people probably aren't searching that category. I've done this in the past before and I don't get any organic Twitch follows from it. I only get follows from people that found me elsewhere. But I wouldn't say not to do it because sometimes you're just really wanting to play that childhood game or you're really wanting to play an obscure title. But there's a little workaround, so I'm gonna come back over here one more time. There's a little workaround for that. There's a category called games and demos. Which is what I would recommend to stream under for the games that are more obscure. So games that are older, games that no one's heard of. Well, there's older, there's a different category, but obscure games, indie games, demo games, you're at least gonna have people that probably check this. And we've got, the top row is 20 plus viewers, so there's an audience over here. I'll put the category for y'all in chat so y'all can check that out. If you're playing a game, like what classifies something as retro? At least 20 years old. Typically at least 20 years old. So anything that was made before 2000, it looks like, or like early 2000, late 2000, you could go under the retro category. Retro category is pretty popular though. But people are interested in it. When I was streaming Donkey Kong under retro, I had a lot of my followers that don't come into my other streams come in because they saw that I was in the retro category and it caught their attention. But you see it's a little, but I don't know, like we're top 4 rows are 60 plus viewers, 30 plus viewers, but that second scroll we're already down in the 20s and 30s. So this one might not be super bad choice, but you're not going to hit that top row unless you're over 200 viewers. Typically, I usually see the top row like that. You follow games that nobody streams, so if somebody does, I know instantly. Oh, nice. Skylian, have a wonderful night. Thank you so much for hanging out. Let's pop back over one more time. I think that I'm probably gonna wrap up, y'all. I really appreciate y'all hanging out, and I appreciate all the good questions. Hi, Disruptive Girl. Wake the Dreamer, thank you for being here all night. Thank you guys for hanging out and supporting. Oh my god, Unreal Tournament. That's a good game. Do you have any advice for art streams? You touched on the thumbnails just then. Yeah, I actually talked, I'll do that one before we go. Art streams. My voice is going out, I'm sorry. So my friend is an art streamer and I was just talking with him the other day, but I'll show y'all something else that I've learned recently. What I do to analyze this kind of thing is I come over here and I click on this videos link up here. So go to the art category or whatever category, click on the videos category and then sort it by views high to low. And you're gonna see, this is by the total views on the VOD. And you're gonna see the most popular streams that happened that week, because I think this is the last 7 days. So you can kind of analyze here what type of art is doing well, what type of thumbnail do they have, what type of overlay setup is going on. Bob Ross, throw him out. Bob Ross is beautiful, we love him, but he is always going to dominate this category, so don't judge based on Bob Ross stuff. So I'm seeing here, mostly just from glancing over this, I see one person, Mamobot, is just dominating. This person is 4 thumbnails in the top 2 rows, which means they are just a very they're probably one of the top art streamers right now. So they'd probably be good to learn from. They've got what I see when my eye went straight to their thumbnail, and what I noticed is the bright, colorful, the color palette stands out. Look at the rest of these are kind of like dark in color, like kind of dark moody, and these bright pastels really caught my eye. So it's a catchy, it pops out compared to the rest. I do see a lot of traditional art. There's several digital artists here, but traditional art does seem to stand out a lot in the art category. Having a prominent webcam, I hope this person isn't subscriber only on VODs. Okay, let me let that ad. Oh, it's not an ad. Bless you, child. I've actually looked at this person's content before to talk to my art streamer friend, but do you see the balance of his webcam to the art itself? It's also double interesting because he's got digital art that he's using as a reference for the traditional art, and his webcam is prominent. So seeing people's faces, or your VTuber, whatever your face is, your personality, your icon, your avatar, those are going to catch the eye more. I think that art streamers, I see them typically like thriving, especially if we've got like right above my head, like full camera. If they're working, like, or at least switching to it. I think this is another good example here that's going to be very eye-catching in the thumbnails. I've actually looked at hers too. So large camera focus with definitely a huge canvas for the actual art. Streaming without a webcam, at least make sure you're talking. at least make sure you're talking, be interactive with the chat, engaging, and make sure that you are focusing in on overlays and stuff like that, or design, overall vibe and aesthetic. Art streamers also typically do better if they're streaming for like 3 hours or a little bit more, 3 to 6 hours. I actually find for myself in the tarot category, if I push the 6 hour mark, I get I'm hanging in that category longer, so I'm picking up more viewers from it. So, but you don't want to burn yourself out. So if you're going to be pushing for 6 hour streams, maybe only do them twice a week. Whatever you feel like you can manage. Don't judge based on Bob Ross. Life lessons from Shady Lady. It's hard to measure up to the great and mighty Bob Ross. More categories to make people stand out is great for discoverability, but Twitch likes clumping these big categories like art. Yeah, I really wish that Twitch would give us the ability to niche a little bit more in the art category. They tried that at one point because there was like makers and crafting and stuff like that, but give us the tags. Like, you gave us all of these like mental health tags and sexual identity tags. Give us like art focused tags too. Give us content focused tags as well, because I think that that's a big driving point for people to be able to find creatives in the same vein as them. But yeah, like Wake the Dreamer is saying here, back to Priyanka's question, do you have any tips about streaming without a webcam? You are going to have to push your personality in different ways. It's hard enough to get people to click on the thumbnails, and if they happen to click on you and you don't have a webcam and you're not talking at all, you're just generic gameplay at that point, or generic. Maybe the art would be different because your art might speak for itself, and it's not going to be generic art at that point. It will be your own art style. But expressing more with your voice, making sure that you are filling the space, making sure you're interactive with the audience, and that you have your personality represented in other ways if you're not going to be doing your camera. And if you can, possibly get an avatar. It doesn't have to be a big fancy, hi Dukesley. Oh, thank you. I'm not the biggest fan of it, to be honest, but it doesn't have to be a $1,000 VTuber setup. You could simply just get a .png artwork of your little character and just have it in the bottom corner. Just so there's some kind of face that displays what sort of personality that you have going on. Yeah. Hi, Daniel. What's up? How's it going? Welcome in. So yeah, I think that's what I have to say on that. I actually might reach out to a couple of my friends. I want to do a video about not webcam streaming, tips for no cam. I would like to send y'all to my friend Luxo, or a streamer I know called Luxo, who is smashing it without a webcam. Considering he's only been streaming about 3 weeks. Twitch.tv/hey I'm Luxo, I believe is the name. So if you want to just analyze, you don't have to watch or follow if you don't, but analyze them. He is not using webcam. He is streaming League of Legends, which is a very saturated game. It's a difficult category to stand out in. But the last time I saw him, he's not streaming too much. Here, I'll go ahead and please come on. Hey, I'm Luxo. There we go. I'm gonna show y'all stats here for a second. So hey, I'm Luxo over the last 30 days. There was a spike here. I rated him that night. But in average, he's averaging 4 viewers with no webcam in League of Legends. He peaked by himself at 9 viewers. I saw him at 11, so I actually think that stat's a little off. He was at 11 that night. So 4 to 11, because he's got a wonderful soothing voice. He has insightful things to talk about. And he's also played Genshin Impact and Among Us. So pretty saturated categories, but he's picking up organic viewership. It's not just, he's got a handful from networking in streamer communities, but he's picking up organic people from the category, and he's maintaining the viewership because I don't know what his rank is, but I think he's pretty good at the game. I don't know much about League, but if you go to that channel that I linked in chat just to analyze it, because again, he's only been streaming for he started streaming on August 6th, so he's just now pushing a month of streaming. And I think that considering there's no webcam, and there's not a flashy overlay or anything. He does have his graphics customized a bit with his starting soon screen and his profile, his bio stuff. He's worked pretty hard on that. But considering that it's not like a flashy overlay that he's got going on, it's just the gameplay. He's got his little cute magical girl avatar in the bottom right corner, and he's going to be working a little bit more on the overlay to add spice of flavor, I guess flavor, personality. But considering it's literally just a gameplay screen with not really an avatar, not a VTuber even, and he's after 3 weeks he's already got affiliate numbers with that. It means that he's doing pretty good displaying his personality and chatting and communicating with his audience and engaging people. So if you just go in and peek, I think that you could probably learn a little bit from how he's present, especially if you've been streaming for a couple of months and you're still not averaging I'd say 5 viewers. If you've been streaming for 3 or 4 months with no webcam and you still aren't hitting the 5 average view mark, you would probably benefit from analyzing a little bit here with what he's doing. And I think I saw Snapcam for an avatar. Yes. I think I saw one more that I wanted to touch on. Streaming without a webcam. What webcam are you using? That was the last one. Hi, Geekish Senpai. This is a Logitech C920. I normally link it in my my description. It's an older one at this point. I don't know if it's the best on the market anymore. I also don't know how much it is anymore. It used to be really expensive when the pandemic started and everyone started snatching up all this tech, but let's see. It might not even... I don't even know if they sell it anymore. Yeah, C920. It's $79. It's a 1080p webcam. If you search for 1080p webcam, you're gonna, like, I see one here, 1080p webcam Nexigo, that's got a 4.5 star rating, and it's $60. So I think that this is an older camera. It's probably expensive for that reason. Oh, it looks like it's right there for 60. Well, why is that one so expensive? You could find a 1080p webcam for about 50 or 60 bucks. C920 is still the benchmark. I would just look for a 1080p, and the reason that this I think looks good or so much better is because I have a lighting system. Like, you can see my hands reflecting the light. Not this one so much. I have a trifold light setup. They're not super expensive. It was $40 for this set of 2 and like $30 for that one. I don't have the $100 $200 ring light, but having a full spectrum of light coming up on you and then adjusting your lighting settings. I'm gonna write this down because I actually want to do a whole video on how I set up my webcam lighting. I run another app called what is it called? Logitech G Hub, because I'm using a Logitech webcam, but it allows me to add an extra layer of, like, I can, oh man, I hope it doesn't mess it up though. Like, you can see I'm like adjusting my exposure right here. And this is actually, without this running, oh, my webcam looks so bad without this running. So this just adds an extra layer of, and it's a free app. So I'll just type it in chat for you to Google Logitech G Hub. So if you have a Logitech webcam, this will step the game up quite a bit. It made my webcam look so much nicer. Could you do a video on your setup? Yeah, I'd be happy to do that too. I was actually thinking about it because my last one was from 2016 or 2017 and it's so outdated at this point. So just my tech setup, and we want to do webcam lighting. Okay, I got so many video ideas for this month. Yeah, and I agree with this, definitely. Alpha Gaming says that the order of importance is audio, lighting, and then video. Your audio is absolutely the most important thing to work on. Your webcam quality can be a little iffy. I used a 720p webcam for a very long time. As long as your audio is not hurting people's ears, like if my microphone was peaking, or it was crackly or gravelly, like just like not a good sounding, or the headset microphones that sound like you're talking from an airplane, like people's listening is the major thing people do on streams. When they're lurking, they're still hearing you, but they might be looking at another tab. So you want to focus on audio first and foremost, for sure. And audio is one of my, I hate fighting with microphones, and anybody can tell you that, but especially with people who don't know how to use cameras. I might reach out to some non-webcam I think I might do a couple of collabs coming up on my channel. for more specific content. I think for console gaming, for VTubing, and for streaming without a webcam, things that I'm not experienced in personally, but I'll try to get some collaborations for that. You still prefer your C920? I love it. I have no reason to switch out. I would eventually like to upgrade to a DSLR setup just for that like nice faded out background effect and everything, but I'm really not in any rush for it because that's going to be an expensive upgrade and it's not that important. My microphone was what I prioritized as soon as I could, and I got a grant to do this. I couldn't afford it on my own. Okay. Good sound is the key to good lighting, because if the audience feels something is off, but they don't know what, they say the lighting was off. Okay, well, I think I'm gonna wrap it up tonight. I think that's gonna be the end of this stream. I'm pretty sure I went a little over 3 hours, but I think this is probably a good length. I think I might chop out a few of this stuff, a few of these talking points for videos. Yeah, 333. Oh, that's pretty. I've been seeing angel numbers tonight. I do want to say thank you all so much for hanging out and for your wonderful questions and for the support on my videos. I am going to have a video ready to go this Friday. I don't know which one. I'll think about this after I go eat something. I need to go eat something and then I'll come back and record. When other people, let me think. Let me think. Let me look at this question. What about when other people that are in chat or your videos have bad audio? Do you think it reflects on you? Oh, like if you're collabing with other people, if their audio is bad, yeah, you need to address that. Someone collabing with you on your live stream and their audio is, it will drive viewers away. Video, it's not that bad. That's not that important. Obviously the higher quality of everything, the more viewers and stuff, potentially, as long as the content is good, but the audio, definitely get that addressed. I've had a few where I've done a podcast in the past and like, their audio was balanced incorrectly. They were too loud. Their mic was peaking and the viewership wasn't great. So definitely address that for sure. But the video is probably not that big of a deal. That's probably fine. But thank you all so much for hanging out. Thank you for the wonderful questions. Thank you for supporting my channel. I will probably be live. What's tomorrow? Wait, let me tell you what's going on. I will be streaming tomorrow at 7 p.m. on Twitch. I was going to be collabing with Brennan, but he is sick. So I think we'll probably play Spiritfarer tomorrow. Friday, I will be releasing the YouTube video. I don't know what it's going to be about yet still. And I'll be live on Twitch that night as well, 7 p.m. Eastern. And Saturday, I'm actually doing a D&D one-shot. It's going to be my first ever D&D streamed experience, so that's going to be fun. And Sunday, I'm doing a tarot stream at 7 p.m. Eastern on my Twitch channel. So, Night of Souls, thank you for being here. I'm not sure how to say your name, but Viamusarda? Thank you for being here. Thank you for joining us. Tiffany Love, thank you for being here. Go Jess, I appreciate it. Appreciate you being here. Geekish Senpai, thanks for the questions. Dugsley, Alchemist, Sympathy, Wake the Dreamer, Disruptive Girl, Farrellwood Witch, love to see our beautiful offbeats here. Thank you guys so much for coming out to support. Alchemist, thank you for being here. Ultimate Game Boy, you had a lot of good questions tonight. Thank you so much. Produce Killer, thank you for being here. Riri, I hope you all, Priyanka, thank you for the questions as well. And Meal, I think I'm saying your name right. Meal, I think that's everyone that's right here. Nina Cat, you had some good questions. Thank you. Lodane, Lamp Devil, George Wolfers, and those are the names I see right here at the end of chat. So Sophia, Lumpy Shinobi, thank you for modding. You've been here all night, so thank you for modding. Thank you for helping me. Thank you for helping me out. I hope you all have a wonderful night. We can't raid, so that sucks, but that's okay. I will be live here on YouTube the first Wednesday of October. I'm gonna do them the first Wednesday of every month. So October 6th will be my next live stream, and I will try to get some of these videos out that some of these ideas that y'all have out over the next month. And bear with me on the sponsorships. I'll try to make sure that I do them neatly and tidily and still deliver on good content. So I appreciate y'all again, and I hope you have a wonderful night. And hopefully I'll see you on Twitch sometime this week. But yeah, I'll talk to you later. Bye, everybody.